Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in La Center.
The Stampede is on the air. McCracken County Mustang Sports is brought to you by
Brandon Clifton with Allstate Insurance, Purchase Appliances, Resistant Roofing, Baptist Health Paducah, Flooring America, F&B Bank, Ingram Water and Air, Kitmo, McDonald's, Pizza Inn, McCracken County Schools, JCCB Vendors, Buffalo Wild Wings, Estes Chiropractic, Culver's, Baird Financial with Brett Hausman, Sea Plant Federal Credit Union, Rudy Farm Center, and Dr. Kyle Parrish.
Now, here's the voice of the Mustangs, Eric Chumbler.
Coming to you live from beautiful Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena on the campus of McCracken County High School, where tonight two border rivals collide once again in their annual December matchup. The Marshall County Marshals and the McCracken County Mustangs. The Lady Mustangs and the Lady Marshals. Big early test this year as both the Marshals and Lady Marshals undefeated and have their eyes set for the big prize this year. It'll be a chance to be a measuring stick for the Lady Mustangs and Mustangs. It's the Marshals and the Mustangs. It's coming up right here on 99.5 The Fan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Eric Chumbler. Joining me in just a little bit will be Jimmy Garrett. It's always fun when Marshall County and McCracken County get together. Two teams with big-time aspirations, not only this year, in previous years, and two programs, both on the boys and girls side, that have had incredible success over the last 12 years. The Mustangs, of course, as I've mentioned on the boys' side, they have made it to the championship game 9 of 11 years overall in their time as a program. And the Marshals, of course, they are one of the historic powers, of Region 1, and they are coming off of a regional title last year and looking to do the same this year. On the girls' side, it has been the winner of the last 5 first region titles. The Lady Marshals have won 2 of them, and the Lady Mustangs have won the last 3. And so that will be the matchup here tonight as Marshall County and McCracken County getting set to square off here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show. Make your pregame or postgame at Buffalo Wild Wings in Paducah. Appetizers, entrees, desserts, and more. They've got it for you at Buffalo Wild Wings in Paducah. Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, the location tonight. If you're anywhere around, come on out and enjoy some basketball. It should be a wonderful night of hoops between these two quality schools and these 4 programs that will be competing here tonight. Let us know you're listening on the Sea Plant Federal Credit Union text hotline, 270-557-8223, 270-557-8223, and we will shout you out courtesy of Sea Plant Federal Credit Union, 7 counties in western Kentucky to serve you. When I come back on the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show, we'll take a look at the last 5 regional titles and how the Lady Marshals and Lady Mustangs secured them. That's when we return. 99.5 The Fan.
Your dreams really can come true when you join Sea Plant Federal Credit Union. That big vacation, a new car, even building your dream home, make it happen with an everything under the sun loan. Affordable financing and payment options at Sea Plant Federal Credit Union. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, wait, a boat, a new boat. Get it with an everything under the sun loan from Sea Plant, the new low-rate loan for whatever. See more at seaplant.com. The everything under the sun loan from Sea Plant Federal Credit Union.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Darren Rudolph with Baird Private Wealth Management in Paducah. As a provider of trusted financial services in Paducah, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like United Way and West Kentucky Fellowship of Christian Athletes, because we care about Paducah. Discover the Baird difference. Visit paducah.bairdwealth.com.
Is it time for some new floors? Is the living room no longer living it up? Is the foyer now forbidden to be seen? Flooring America can help, especially right now during Flooring America's giant vinyl plank flooring sale, with pricing starting out as low as $2.65 a square foot. That's right, $2.65 right now for vinyl plank flooring. Professional installers, fully insured for integrity, quality, and professional service. Flooring America at 5150 Heartland Drive in Paducah.
Merry Christmas from your friends at Pizza Inn. Pizza Inn invites you to celebrate the holiday season at your favorite all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Pizza Inn offers the area's largest salad bar, hearty pastas, and delicious desserts with enough variety to satisfy everyone. And while you're out, go ahead and pick up some gift certificates for those stocking stuffers. Carry out, delivery, and even catering. Pizza Inn, always your home for the holidays. Family owned and operated. 1001 Joe Clifton Drive, Paducah.
Do you avoid going to the doctor because of all the hassle? Figuring out your copay, your deductible? Will your insurance even pay for this? Is this provider in your network? There's no hassle at Estes Chiropractic. The Back Brothers, they cut their fees so they could cut out the middleman. The Back Brothers dropped their fees enough so they don't have to fool with insurance. And neither do you. They don't do insurance at Estes. They just take good care of you. Give Paducah's Back Brothers a call. Estes Chiropractic, the Back Brothers.
Craving wings that bring the heat? Buffalo Wild Wings has got you covered. Whether you're a fan of classic buffalo, sweet barbecue, or something in between, they've got sauces that'll make your taste buds dance. Enjoy wings and other great menu items while catching all the live sports action on B-Dub's big screens. Or get it to go. Just order online at BuffaloWildWings.com or get the free app. Wings, beer, sports. What more could you ask for at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Thanks to our highly skilled and compassionate team, Baptist Health Paducah has received a national 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This means that no other regional hospital and only 4 other hospitals across Kentucky can provide the levels of safety, quality, and patient experience that you'll find with us. All-star team, 5-star care. Only at Baptist Health Paducah. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in La Center.
Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena on the campus of McCracken County High School as we get set for the doubleheader tonight between the McCracken County Mustangs and Lady Mustangs and the Marshall County Marshals and Lady Marshals as we are counting you down to tip off on the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show. 22 minutes away right here on 99.5 The Fan. Welcome back to the Baird broadcast booth. Jimmy Garrett joining in just a moment. I'm Eric Chumbler. Thank you for joining us tonight, as overall it has been a really good season to start for the Marshall County Lady Marshals as they are off to a great start this season as they are 4-0 on the year, or 3-0, excuse me, on the season, and off to a fantastic start overall are the Marshall County Lady Marshals as we look at their overall stats coming in to this one tonight. As I said, they are 3-0 on the year, 242 points scored to just 82 points allowed overall. They are shooting 52.5% from the field this year, 50% from behind the three-point line, 38 of 76 overall, and 70% behind the free throw line this year. So they are shooting the ball quite well so far this season. Looking at the scoring this year for Marshall County, Kinsley Terry leads the way. She averages 18.7 points per game. Skylar Waller is next with 18.3 points per game. Addie Wall is after that as she averages 11 points per game. Lauren Knowles at 7.7. Rylan Darnall, is at 5.7. Riley Teague is at 5.7. Lakin Schroeder at 5.3 points per game. Looking at overall their field goal percentages for this year, Kinsley Terry shooting 66.7% from the field. Riley Teague shooting 60%. Skylar Waller this year shooting 59.4%. Lauren Knowles at 52.9%. Addie Wall at 52%. And Lakin Schroeder and Ryland Darnell all at 50%. This team can shoot the lights out. And though so far they have been doing every bit of that so far this season. But it's also behind the three-point line as they have 4 players that shoot over 50% this year behind the three-point line. Skylar Waller at 65.2%. 55.6% for Riley Teague, 55% for Kinsley Terry, and 50% for Jessica Reed this year behind the three-point line. Free throw shooting, not as many free throw shots so far this year, but that is when you are living on the perimeter and doing quite well with it, as you don't go to the free throw line just as much, as they are shooting this year 69.2% from the field. Ryland Darnall is 1 for 1. It is 5 of 6 for Lauren Knowles. 7 of 10 for Addie Wall, 2 of 3 for Skylar Waller, and 1 of 2 for Kinsley Terry, Eden Sandlin, and Jessica Wells. And looking at the rebounding numbers this year for the Marshall County Marshals, it is Skylar Waller, actually, their star point guard, leading the way at 5.3 rebounds per game, kind of doing the John Wall type numbers there, where you are the point guard and leading in rebounds. Also, Addie Wall, 5 rebounds per game. Lauren Knowles as well. Lakin Schroeder at 4.7 rebounds per game. Riley Teague averaging 2.7. Jessica Reed averaging 2.3. And Ryland Darnell also averaging 2.3. And Evelyn Sandlin averaging 2 rebounds per game as well. When we come back on the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show, we'll take a look at the McCracken County Lady Mustangs as we get you set for the Lady Marshals and the Lady Mustangs in about, I'd say, 20 minutes or so right here on 99.5 The Fan.
Your dreams really can come true when you join Seaplant Federal Credit Union. That big vacation, a new car, even building your dream home, make it happen with an everything under the sun loan. Affordable financing and payment options at Seaplant Federal Credit Union. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, wait, a boat, a new boat. Get it with an everything under the sun loan from Seaplant, the new low-rate loan for whatever. See more at seaplant.com. The everything under the sun loan from Seaplant Federal Credit Union.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Thanks to our highly skilled and compassionate team, Baptist Health Paducah has received a national 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This means that no other regional hospital and only 4 other hospitals across Kentucky can provide the levels of safety, quality, and patient experience that you'll find with us. All-Star Team, 5-star care. Only at Baptist Health Paducah. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in La Center.
Your dreams really can come true when you join Seaplant Federal Credit Union. That big vacation, a new car, even building your dream home, make it happen with an everything under the sun loan. Affordable financing and payment options at Seaplant Federal Credit Union. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, wait, a boat, a new boat. Get it with an Everything Under the Sun loan from Seaplant, the new low-rate loan for whatever. See more at seaplant.com. The Everything Under the Sun loan from Seaplant Federal Credit Union.
Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Greg Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
Thanks to our highly skilled and compassionate team, Baptist Health Paducah has received a national 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This means that no other regional hospital and only 4 other hospitals across Kentucky can provide the levels of safety, quality, and patient experience that you'll find with us. All-Star Team, 5-star care. Only at Baptist Health Paducah. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
Do you avoid going to the doctor because of all the hassle? Figuring out your copay, your deductible? Will your insurance even pay for this? Is this provider in your network? There's no hassle at Estes Chiropractic. The Back Brothers. They cut their fees so they could cut out the middleman. The Back Brothers dropped their fees enough so they don't have to fool with insurance. And neither do you. They don't do insurance at Estes. They just take good care of you. Give Paducah's Back Brothers a call. Estes Chiropractic, the Back Brothers.
At Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we're not just any financial institution. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial family. Seaplant has been serving our community for over 70 years, and we're proud to be a part of your financial success. If you live, work, worship, or go to school in Western Kentucky, come see us so you can experience the Seaplant difference. Learn more at seaplant.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
When Kit Mo started up, making sure you had what you needed for whatever job you were doing, gas was about 36 cents a gallon. You could mail a letter for 6 cents, 8 tracks were fresh and new, and lava lamps were the big hot thing. 50 years later, it's a lot different now, except for Kit Mo. When you got a job to do, you can get what you need to get it done at Kit Mo Rental, Sales and Service, Construction Equipment and Supplies. Yeah, even 50 years later, you still get Mo at Kit Mo.
Greg Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
Back here live at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, McCracken County High School getting you set for the doubleheader tonight between the McCracken County Mustangs and Lady Mustangs and the Marshall County Marshals and Lady Marshals as we are counting you down to tip off of the girls' game tonight. About 15 minutes right here on 99.5 The Fan. Also like to let you know the game is on YouTube as well, as I've put that on both Facebook and Twitter, that link for you to watch tonight. So check out all the action if you can't make it and watch it from the comfort of your own home. Thank you to the McCracken Media Department for making that possible under Mark Madison and Christy Griffith. We appreciate them and the fine students of the McCracken County High School media team here at McCracken County High School. As we are getting you set for the first matchup between McCracken County and Marshall County, I'd like to welcome in Jimmy Garrett and Jimmy Overall. You know the stats for the Lady Marshals. It is quite impressive what they have overall. And so far for the McCracken County Lady Mustangs, not bad stats overall this year as well.
No, you know, one thing is, Eric, when I looked at in preparation for tonight's game, particularly when you look at these girls from Marshall County, the shooting's just unbelievable. I mean, when you look at it from a team percentage from the field overall, as you mentioned just a few moments ago, and the opening review of the stats, I mean, they're averaging as a team north of 50% from the field, 52.5% as a team. And then when you look at it from a three-point shooting standpoint, it's a very similar situation. As a team, they're averaging 50% outside the arc, 38 out of 76 shots overall. And then when you take a look at some of those starters, and I heard you just a few moments ago mentioning that number from Skylar Waller, she's at 65% outside the arc. I mean, Eric, when you look at it, 23 attempts, 15 makes, 65%. I got to be honest with you, Eric, in the 3 years I've been with you, I can't say I've seen a shooter over 50%,
right,
let alone at 65%. I mean, that's just, to me, it's just an unreal number. And then when you look further down the list and you look at Kinsley Terry, she's at 55%. She's 11 of 20. So when you look at this team from a shooting standpoint, Eric, and one of the things is I want to talk about in the keys to success tonight is you can't give Marshall County an opportunity to get a second chance shot. I mean, if they're making 1 out of every 2 shots, Eric, and you let them get an offensive rebound, you might as well just count it as a score.
It's exactly right. It's what it is. They want to get off to the races and score as quick as they can, and it's going to be a lot of action.
Yeah, Eric, I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of action. You know, one of the things is, you know, last year when we played Marshall County, this team wanted to push the ball, very similar to what we witnessed last year with the Lady Mustangs. And so I'm assuming from looking at the scores of their games this season, looking at these scoring stats that we just mentioned, you know this team's going to want to push the ball. So I think tonight, Eric, for the Lady Mustangs, this is going to be a big test. I mean, it was a big test here last Friday against Henderson County. Henderson County, Eric, when you and I talked about it, you know, was more like a blue-collar type of basketball team.
Right.
They had 5 players. None of them really stood out. But here, particularly when you take Skylar Waller, who's just really a star player here for the Lady Marshals, she stands out. Terry's another really good player that they have over there. And then just the speed, they want to push it up and down. So I think tonight, particularly for the Lady Mustangs, is can they keep up the pace? I think that's going to be a big question. But I think, Eric, overall for the Lady Mustangs to outscore Marshall County tonight and get the win, it's going to take a big effort.
As we will take a look actually at the overall season stats for McCracken County for tonight. As we come into this matchup, the Lady Mustangs do 2-1. Let's take a look at the season stats, and with that, Jimmy Garrett.
So just taking a quick look overall at the Lady Mustangs, very similar from the field as Marshall County. They're right at 52% overall shooting from the field. And from the three-point arc, the Lady Mustangs, as Eric just mentioned, they're having a good season too. They're at 42.4%. So not way off from what we just talked about with Marshall County. From the free throw line, a little bit of a struggle for the Lady Mustangs. As Eric mentioned earlier, Marshall County Lady Marshals right at 70% as a team from the free throw line. The Mustangs, unfortunately, just at 50% from the free throw line so far this season. They've taken 53 free throws and made just 25 of them to hit that 50% mark. Taking a little look at it in depth on this individual scoring for the Lady Mustangs, Ava Hughes, 12.3 points per game. Reagan Hill, number 2 at 8.3. Abby Casebeer, who had a good game last week against Todd County, she's at 7.7. Anna Hammonds, a freshman, she's at 6.6. Skater Hauser, who's been coming off the bench, she's at 6 points per game. Lily Hamilton, she's having a good run so far at 4.7. And then you got Laser Bolin at 4.3 and Ashley Word at 4.0. So when you jump down and take a look at it from a three-point shooting standpoint for this team, right now leading the way, interesting enough, Lily Hamilton, she's 1 for 1. She's shooting 100%. Anna Hammond's a starter on this team. She's 3 for 3 so far this year. She's shooting 100%. Abby Casebeer, 2 for 3, 67%. Sarah Skater Howard, we know she's open. She's going to take that three-point shot. She's 3 for 5. She's at 60%. And then Bryson, she's 1 for 2. She's at 50%. So, and then you drop down to Ashley Word, Ella Shelburne, and Laser Bolin. They're all at 33% overall. Interesting enough, Eric, there was one number here that jumped out at me a little bit. Ava Hughes so far this season 0 for 5 outside the arc. So, you know, Ava getting warmed up outside the arc, I think, could be a key for this Mustang team as well. When you look at it, as I mentioned, free throw wise, the Lady Mustangs have been struggling. Ava Hughes has been a little bit a part of that. She's 11 to 23, a little under 50% right now from the free throw line. Anna Hammond's another talented freshman, very similar. She's 3 for 6 so far from the free throw line at 50%. So when you really look at it, you've only got a couple of free throw shooters on this team that really have had above 50%, one of them being Lily Hamilton. She is at 3 for 4, and then the starter in Reagan Hill, she's 3 for 4. So those two Lady Mustangs each at 75% apiece. Taking a look at the rebounding, pretty much what we expected. Reagan Hill's the leading rebounder on this team at 4.3 rebounds per game. Ava Hughes, she's been getting in there from that guard position. She's at 3.3, tied along with the second leading rebounder, Abby Casebeer, at 3.3. And then Lily Hamilton, who, as I've mentioned several times here in the stats, coming off the bench, she's at 3.3 rebounds per game. But one person, Eric, that a little bit misordered here overall on the rebounding list, but I think is important, is Brooklyn Preston, who's been coming off the bench right now, Eric. Game-wise, she's only been in 2 of the 3 games, but she's averaging 4.5 rebounds per game. She's got 9 rebounds in just 2 games. So overall, when you look at Eric, pretty balanced on a rebounding standpoint. You got to feel good about how good the Lady Mustangs are shooting from the field and from outside the arc. I think, Eric, for Coach Civils, when you look at it, Eric, and you say, I've left 25 points at the free throw line, that doesn't make a coach smile.
No, it doesn't.
So,
go ahead.
So I think, Eric, that's just an unfortunate loss of 25 points from the free throw line.
And overall, you see a kind of difference in numbers between the two clubs. The numbers on the Marshall County side more polished, and the numbers on the McCracken County side, you see some youth and mistakes, and that's kind of the difference in the makeup of these two ball clubs. As we jump into the Brandon Clifton All-State Insurance for Success, you're always in good hands with McCracken County, Western Kentucky, Southern Illinois All-State agent Brandon Clifton. As we look at this one for tonight, you heard me mention all the stats for the Marshall County Lady Marshals and how they stroke it from behind the three-point line. It will be extremely important tonight for the Lady Mustangs to limit those three-point opportunities here tonight.
Yeah, Eric, I think overall it'll be interesting to see how Coach Civil sets up his defense tonight to really guard the perimeter. I mean, you hate to leave the lane open and leave a team an opportunity to get a lot of points in the paint. But I think, Eric, overall you've got to have a defensive presence outside the arc that really puts pressure on the shooters for Marshall. They get hitting at that 50-60% rate that these stats have shown through their first 3 games, where you can see a lot of points up on the board quickly.
And also tonight for McCracken County, limiting second chance points.
Yeah, Eric, and you know what I said there just a moment ago is when you think about they're making better than, 1 out of every 2 shots. I mean, they're up there in that 60%. So if you sit down and say, hey, they missed a shot, it came off the board, and you allow Marshall County to get that offensive board, send that ball back out to the arc, let them get another attempt. I'll be honest, Eric, they're making 1 out of every 2. You give them 2 chances, they're going to score every time they're on their end of their court.
Also for McCracken County, the guards need to take 3-pointers with a percentage of 35% or higher.
Yeah, Eric, I think one of the things is for the Lady Mustangs is when we just looked at those 3-point shooters overall, I think one of the things that was a little bit down is you look at 3 games so far, and they've only taken 33 shots outside the arc. It's 11 shots outside the arc per game. And I'm going to compare that to a great win last night by the Kentucky Wildcats. What's Coach Pope has his team doing? 33 pointers per game is the target for the Kentucky Wildcats. And here the Lady Mustangs are averaging barely over 10 3-pointers a game. So I think tonight, Eric, they've got to take some 3-point shots. They've got to get that number up off of 10 if they're going to keep up with Marshall. And I think the other thing is, Eric, like I mentioned, Ava Hughes, who we know is a good shooter for this team, over 5 so far this season outside the arc. She's got to pick up her game tonight and hit some of those 3-pointers.
And last but not least, play with confidence.
Eric, I think that's key. You and I have talked all season long so far. This is a young team, and here they're going up against a well-oiled, a well-experienced team in the Lady Marshals. And, one of the things that can hurt, if you don't have any confidence when you walk on the court, you're down a point already. And so I think, Eric, it's just pivotal for this team, particularly here early in the season, is to build some self-confidence that they can play with the likes of Henderson County. They can play with the likes of Marshall County. They've got to gain that confidence. And I think, Eric, this is the second week in a row they've been here on their home floor against the top-ranked team here in Western Kentucky. And I think it's one of those situations where they've got to show confidence on this court. They've got to believe in themselves in order to compete at this level.
That is your Brandon Clifton Allstate Insurance for Success. You're always in good hands with McCracken County, Western Kentucky, and Southern Illinois Allstate agent Brandon Clifton. As we get set, we are getting close to our national anthem, which is brought to you tonight by Rudy's Farm Center. Rudy's Farm Center, 10 minutes from the McCracken County High School campus on Highway 60 in Paducah. See Matt Rudy actually being the official scorer tonight. Lexi Rudy, one of the top assistant coaches on the girls' staff. They are always in full support of this McCracken County basketball program and athletics in general. Let us turn it over to the public address voice of Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, Mr. Daryl Good, to introduce the national anthem.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. And gentlemen, we ask that you please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
National anthem brought to you by Rudy's Farm Center. Rudy's Farm Center, your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Kevel. Go see the Rudy family, 10 minutes from the McCracken County High School campus on Highway 60 in Paducah. As we get set for the starting lineup, once again, turn it back over to the voice of Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena and Daryl Good.
Let's get this started. First for Marshall County, a sophomore, number 20, Kinsley Terry. A junior, number 23, Abby Wall. A junior, number 15, O'Reilly T. A senior, number 10, Lincoln Schroeder. And a senior, number 14, Skyler Waller. And the coach is Aaron Dad. The starting lineups for your McCracken County Mustangs. Our freshman, number 33, Anna Hammond. A sophomore, number 25, Lily Hamilton. A freshman, number 15, Eva Hughes. A sophomore, number 22, Rosaria Owen. And a junior, number 12, Raven Hill.
Those are your starting lineups for tonight. McCracken County and Marshall County as we get you set for the first of two tonight between these two schools. The McCracken County Lady Mustangs wearing their home white uniforms with the Crimson Lady Stings across the front. Marshall County, their traditional orange, as it has been a staple of that program with Marshall County in white numerals as well, outlined in blue. We are about set for this doubleheader here tonight. As the officials signal they are ready, the head official moves in to talk to both centers. He will blow his whistle, and the tip's in the air. It's going to be controlled by McCracken County. The Lady Mustangs will come out with it and bring it into the front court, where it looks like Marshall County will set up in man-to-man defense. It will be Ava Hughes, top of the key, going off of a screen on the right-hand side. Using her right-hand dribble, goes straight away now. Lily Hamilton's three, no good. Rebound is nearly over the back on McCracken County. It's going to be Marshall County the possession. Up the right-hand side, it goes to Schroeder. Schroeder gives it back off now to Terry. Straight away, it goes to Teague. Swung on the left-hand side to Waller. Waller into the corner now. Double team. Thought about coming towards Terry. As Terry using her dribble. Great defense by Boland. Comes out now to Teague. Teague swings it to Waller straight away. No score. 45 seconds into it. On the wing it goes to Terry. Now in the corner. Nice pass underneath. Wall's layup is good. Great ball movement by the Lady Marshals. 2-0 our score. 2-2-1 full court pressure from Marshall County. Into the front court it goes as Hammonds picks up her dribble. Knocked away and stolen by the Lady Marshals. Up the floor it goes to Waller. Her left-hand layup is good. A nice job by the Lady Marshals in transition. They lead now 4-0. 2-2-1 pressure continues. Laser Boland on the right-hand side. Uses her dribble. Goes now baseline in a lot of trouble and nearly threw it away. It comes over to Hughes. Takes contact. Puts it up no good. Rebound comes back to Marshall County. Outlet it goes. Up the floor to Wall. Wall's layup no good, but she's fouled by Boland. A great foul by Boland to make sure there's not an easy layup.
Yeah, Eric, and right now, we talked pregame about the speed that we thought Marshall would play this game at, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's reminiscent of what we saw last year here with the Lady Mustangs, just moving the ball up and down the court quickly, and they're just doing an excellent job beating the defense down the court.
As the first free throw is good from Addie Wall. Want to give a shout out to Andrew McGill listening in. Good to hear from you. The Skaggs family listening in as well. Second free throw also good. And Lou Zimmerman saying go Stangs as well. 6-0. Lady Marshals on top as Hughes to Hamilton. Up the floor to Boland. Boland a baseline drive. Goes all the way to the rim. Miss the layup. Rebound is loose. It comes out to Marshall County. On the push for the Lady Marshals is Teague. Teague had it poked away from behind. It comes back to Marshall County, though. Terry, a baseline drive. Nice pass. Wall's layup, no good. Rebound comes down to Hammonds. Hammonds pushes it the other way. Crosses over her dribble and gives it off to Hughes. 6-0 our score. Lady Marshals on top. Hammonds on the wing. Crosses over her dribble. Met by a double team. Looks. Gives rid of it now into Hill. Hill had it poked away. Stolen by Wall. On the return, it goes to Teague. Teague up the right-hand side to Waller. Pump fakes. Puts a dribble down. As she goes off a defender, now into the corner it goes to Schroeder. Baseline drive, nice pass to Wall, goes into the corner, a three from Waller, it's no good. Rebound comes down to Lily Hamilton. On the return come the Lady Mustangs. Hughes, using the dribble, goes now to Laser Boland. Boland off of a screen from Hill at the top of the key. Goes out towards Hughes on the wing, who brings it now straight away. 6-0 our score, Marshall County, 5:20 in the first. Hughes, away from a double team. Goes off of a screen, goes in the corner to Boland. Boland off of a screen herself, picks up her dribble, goes straight away to Hill. She'll fire the straightaway three. No good. Barely draws backboard. Rebound comes back to Waller. Up the right-hand side, the Lady Marshals goes on the wing now to Terry. And then poked away, stolen by Hughes, but she was out of bounds. It will go back to Marshall County.
Oh, Eric, that was a good hustle play by Ava Hughes. Almost had a steal there in a fast break. The Lady Mustangs needed that to get on the board. That was unfortunate. Ava stepped out there.
And so Marshall County keeps it leading 6-0. As it is going to be straight away Kinsley Terry. Now nice pass underneath to Wall. She turns, puts it in, and she's fouled. Nice job on the block by Addie Wall.
Yeah, Eric, we didn't talk any in the pregame about Lakin Schroeder, but Lakin stands about 6 foot tall. She's a force inside, and, one of the things is right now tonight she had a little bit of advantage there against Anna Hammonds. That was a good pass inside, and she quickly got that up on the board.
So Addie Wall Free throw attempt is good. She's got 7 so far of Marshall County's 9. 4:44 first quarter as it comes now to Hammonds. Hammonds into the corner now to Hill. As Hill met by a double team and taken away is a nice job by Schroeder to just steal it from her. Up the other way come the Lady Marshals into the corner. A 3 coming from Terry is perfect. And you could not write a better script for the Marshall County Lady Marshals as they have come out firing on all cylinders. And for the Lady Mustangs, the youth showing just a little bit with a lot of early mistakes.
Yeah, Eric, I think one of the things is the one mistake I know Coach Sibbles doesn't like to see. His ball handlers down here on the offense setting up in that half court. You're just allowing Marshall to reach in there and take the ball right out of their hands at least 3 times so far in the first half of this first quarter. So you hate to see the defense be able to just reach in there and really just take the ball away from whoever the ball handler is for the Lady Mustangs. So right now you got to say, Eric, this team from Lady Marshals are showing a lot of confidence. And overall for the Lady Mustangs, they look just a little bit nervous here so far in this game, down 12 points here in just the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So the Lady Mustangs come out. Ava Hughes is bringing the ball down. Marshall brought back their defensive pressure, dropped back into half-court defense, pass over to K-Spear, back over to Ava Hughes, back down to K-Spear. K-Spear turns it over in a pass, trying to get it into Reagan Hill. Back up, Skylar Waller's on the outside edge. She looks like she's getting it back.
Marshall County. Didn't mean to say that to you. As Marshall County gets to the rim. Thank you for covering for me, Jimmy. A layup up and in as the Lady Marshals able to score again in transition. Kinsley Terry able to finish it. It comes the other way from McCracken County.
Oh, Eric, that was a tough call there. Overall, Laser Bolin looked like she had a good pass into K-Spear, but just before she passed it, they called a traveling call there, turned it back over to the Lady Marshals again.
And so a rough start all around for the Lady Mustangs continues. Marshall County leads it 14-0 as it goes on the right-hand side to Waller. Now in towards the corner it goes to Schroeder. Her shot is up and in as that was actually Wall able to finish inside. She's having a wonderful start for Marshall County. It's 16-0. Then a steal on the point. Riley Teague to go to the rim. Her layup's up and in. This Lady Marshall Ball Club, they are a force early on in the year, and they are having a great start against the Lady Mustangs, 18-0. Laser Bolin with it, picks up her dribble, goes now straight away to Hughes. 3:05 in this opening quarter. As Hughes goes in the corner to Bolin, her right side 3, too strong. Rebound comes out, and it's going to be off Marshall County. It will go to McCracken County.
Eric, one of the things that's unfortunate for the Lady Mustangs, we've got 3 minutes left here in this first quarter. That's only the 4th shot that the Lady Mustangs have gotten off so far in the first 5 minutes of this game, and really just struggling down here in offensive end. You got to give credit to Marshall County. Lady Marshals are doing a good job defensively disrupting this half-court offense.
It is going to be a baseline drive by Hill, puts it up and in, and she's fouled. A strong move there by and that will make it a 3-point play opportunity for Reagan Hill. Just desperately what the Lady Mustangs needed.
Yeah, Eric, they needed somebody to step up, and Reagan Hill did. That was a great drive from the corner down the baseline to get that up. Opportunity here to get 3 points.
As a free throw up, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. Lady Marshals on the return. On the left-hand side, it's Kinsley Terry. Now hands it off. Straight away it goes to Waller. 18-2. Lady Marshals on top. As it comes now to the high post off of a screen to Schroeder. Nice pass outside. 3 on the way from Marshall County is perfect as Eden Sandlin knocks it down from deep. That makes it 21-2 now. Lady Marshals on a fury of a start with 2:27 in the first. Hill on the return. She stops. Had it poked away from behind. Stolen by Waller. Waller up the right-hand side. As Skylar Waller guarded by Hamilton goes straight away to Schroeder. Swung on the left-hand side. Now straight away to Sandlin. Using a right-hand dribble. Top of the key. It goes once again to Schroeder. Hands it off to Waller. 2 minutes first quarter. 21-2. Lady Marshals. Schroeder had it poked away, stolen by Hughes. Nice pass to Hill. Hill up the right side, overthrew Word just a little bit, and it will go back to the Lady Marshals.
Yeah, Eric, that was a good steal by Ava Hughes. That's really only the first fast break the Lady Mustangs have had a chance, and unfortunately turned it over. It was a good intention by Reagan Hill to try to get that to Ashley Ward, but just a little too high.
Full court pressure, 21-2. Lady Marshals on top. Waller able to push it herself as she has it on the right-hand side. And picks up her dribble, gives it away to Sandlin. Schroeder. And now out top to Waller. Coach Aaron Beth calls out a half-court set. Waller off of a screen on the right-hand side, and they get an offensive foul on an illegal screen. That's called on Schroeder.
Yeah, Eric, that was a good call there. Schroeder moved out there and kind of cut Skater Hauser off from her defensive position there, guarding Waller. So that was a good call by the official.
So McCracken County trailing 21-2 with 1:25 in this first quarter. As it is going to be McCracken County possession. Goes on the wing now to Hughes. Straight away it goes to Hamilton as she works on the left-hand side. Skater Hauser, her three, rims out. And it goes on the top of the backboard. It will go back to Marshall County. Lady Marshals with the possession, as it is going to be bringing it up Jessica Reed. As Reed goes up the right-hand side, crossover dribble towards the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, now goes to Schroeder, swung on the left-hand side to Sandlin. Top of the key again, as this time it's to Darnell. Right side, and a foul call is going to be on Word, I believe, on the defense.
Yeah, Eric, that was a good call there. It was on Ashley Ward there. She reached in a little bit. She had good defense there, but she reached in there and made way too much contact right in front of the official.
It is going to be Marshall County possession. Darnell to Sandlin, out on the perimeter. Crosses it over a couple times. Great defense by Hughes. Gives it off now. As it is underneath. Nice job by Marshall County to keep it in play. Pump fake with 30 seconds left. Now on the right-hand side, Marshall County resets. Sandlin picks up her dribble. Now out top to Reed. Marshall County waiting for the last shot. I say that, they go in. Now bring it back out. On the wing, it is Darnell. Straight away to Reed. Picks up her dribble, back now to Darnell. Darnell all the way towards the rim, puts it up, blocked by Hamilton, and that will do it for the first quarter. Overall, a strong first quarter for the Marshall County Lady Marshals. They lead the Lady Mustangs 21-2, and if you're the Lady Mustangs, you've just got to find a way in between quarters to collect your composures and try to recover from what was a tough opening quarter.
Yeah, Eric, you know, one of the things is the Lady Mustangs played pretty good defense. I think right there in the first 3 or 4 minutes, Marshall County definitely was able to move the ball down the court faster than the defense could get set up and knock down those first 9, 10, 11, 12 points fairly quickly. Since then, the Lady Mustangs have settled down, and I think, Eric, they're playing some pretty good half-court defense. So I got to give them credit where credit's due tonight. The defensive end's looking good. Down here on the offensive end, Eric, you got to say the Lady Mustangs are struggling. There's just a real lack of confidence. There's no crisp passing. They're picking up their dribbles earlier. It's allowing the Lady Marshals to really box them in there and not allow them to get any passing lanes whatsoever. And it's creating turnovers. Like I said, at least 3 times there in the first quarter, the Marshall defender just reached in against the Lady Mustang and took the ball right out of her hand and not allow her to put her dribble down or get a pass off and get an easy turnover there. So I think, Eric, for the Lady Mustangs down here on the offensive end there, they've got to settle down here, get some good shots. We know there's a lot of good shooters on the floor. They're just not getting any opportunities here in that first quarter.
And so it is going to be Marshall County the possession to start this second quarter, leading 21-2. Is on the right-hand side. It is Kinsley Terry. Nice pass underneath. Layup up, no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by the Lady Marshals, but stepping on the inline, it will go to McCracken County.
Yeah, Eric, and that was another situation. Lily Hamilton, I think she came down with that rebound, and they just reached in there and took it out of her hand before she had an opportunity to get it moved down court. So for the Lady Mustangs, they've got to overcome that here in the second quarter.
It is going to be Marshall or McCracken County the possession as it goes right side to Word. High arcing three is perfect.
All right, Eric, that's a good start by Ashley Ward to get this team on the board first in this second quarter.
And so it is going to be the Lady Marshals on the return as Waller off the straightaway, gets a high screen, works on the left-hand side now to Terry. As a whistle comes in, double dribble against the Lady Marshals.
Yeah, Eric, if it wasn't double dribble, it was going to be walking there overall right there. A wall, she slipped there with her feet a little bit. And either way, that was going to be a turnover for the Mustangs. That was good defensive stand.
Want to give a shout out to Buddy and Joyce Lewis listening in. Good to hear from you all on the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline. Skater Hauser's three, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. More shout outs to do in just a moment. 6:50 second quarter. As Waller goes on the right-hand side, that is to Schroeder. Now onto the block, they feed it to Wall. Wall, nice handoff to Waller. Her left-hand layup's good. Nice job going to the opposite side by Waller. That gives her 4 on the night, 23-5. Our score, Lady Marshals on top. 6:28 in this second quarter as it goes to Skater Hauser. Back out top now to Word. Swung on the right side to Hughes. As Hughes uses a right-hand dribble, takes a baseline drive, goes to the rim, puts it up and in. Nice job by Ava Hughes.
Eric, the Lady Mustangs need a lot more of that out of Ava Hughes tonight, and they can make a difference in this game.
It is going to be Marshall County on the return. It is going to be Kinsley Terry. As Terry on the left-hand side brings it now straight away, swung on the right-hand side now to Teague. Teague picks up her dribble and nearly gives it away. It goes to Waller. Waller using her right-hand dribble. Works towards the right-hand side now. On the wing to Teague. Marshals right now working on the perimeter. And a foul away. Nope, timeout called. It is going to be a timeout for McCracken County. Or Marshall County, let's call it. 23-7, 5:41 in this second quarter. Overall, again, credit to the Lady Marshals on this start. Lady Mustangs, though, starting better in this second quarter.
Yeah, Eric, when you look at this second quarter right now, the Lady Mustangs have outscored Marshall 5-3 so far in the second quarter. So really a good start by the Lady Mustangs here in the second quarter. And that's what we need to see. We need them to settle down, play good basketball, and you can get back in this game. Granted, right now you're down 16, so you got a ways to go. But Coach Sybils has got to feel good about the fact his team's put up 5 points here in the first minute of the second quarter compared to only 2 points in that whole first quarter.
As it is 23-7, the Lady Marshals on top. And the Lady Marshals to inbound, 5:41 second quarter. Waller gets it, attacks, goes down the right side, open three, perfect.
Eric, so far, Marshall County's 3 for 3, if I'm correct, outside the arc.
They are shooting the lights out once again as it comes back into the front court for McCracken County. Hill attacks, gives it out to Word. Another high arcing three. It's perfect.
Eric, that one was higher than anyone I've witnessed so far.
That's the truth. 26-10 now. Lady Marshals by 16. Waller, she'll bring it up against the press herself as she's guarded by Laser Bolin. Waller into the front court. Steady dribble, works towards the right-hand side. On the wing, now straight away. Works towards the opposite side, goes on the wing now to Teague. Guarded by Word, back to Waller. Off of a screen, Waller, nice pass down low, layup up and in. Nice job by Addie Wall. 26-10, Lady Marshall, or 28, I'm sorry. Marshall's on top. Word to Hill on the wing, met by a double team. She's putting down her dribble, now in a lot of trouble against the sideline, throws it away. Marshall County on the steal, comes now over to Terry, layup no good. Rebound back to McCracken County. Lady Mustangs on the push. Hughes crosses it over, top of the key, crosses it again, now sets up in the half court. Hughes gives it to Hill at the foul line, uses her dribble back to Hughes, all the way towards the rim, puts it up, partially blocked. Hughes gets it back, tosses it out to Hammonds. Hammonds thought about a three, goes to Bolin, down low, knocked away, it's out of bounds off Marshall County. It will stay with McCracken County.
Yeah, Eric, the Lady Mustangs are still looking a lot better on offense, even though they didn't get off a good shot so far in this sequence. But you just like the effort that you've seen in this second quarter so far on the offensive end of the court.
So the Lady Mustangs will inbound it. Laser Bolin to do the honors. As Bolin looking, goes to Word. Pump fakes, uses the dribble to Hughes. Over on the wing to Bolin. As Laser Bolin picks up her dribble now, looks in some trouble, goes straight away. Now on the right-hand side. Swung back on the Hammonds, then poked away. It's going to be a reach-in foul on Marshall County. And so that is on Reed. It will be Lady Mustangs basketball. Bolin to inbound it. As Bolin still doing so, she gets it into Reed. Nice pass down low to Bolin. Layup is good.
Eric, that was a nice sequence. I think that was a play that called there maybe by Coach Howard, and inbound play there. Then Lady Mustangs executed that perfect.
And then a near jump ball will go out of bounds. It's off McCracken County. It'll stay with Marshall County. As an outlet pass goes to Waller. Waller all the way to the rim, takes contact, no good, but she's fouled.
Eric, one of the things you got to say about Laser Bolin, she's not going to let you get that layup off.
She did everything to prevent that from happening once again. That's 2 hard fouls to prevent layups from Laser Bolin.
Yeah, Eric, you always hate to see him get a layup up and then get that three-point opportunity, but I can tell you right now, Bolin's not going to let that happen.
No. As Waller's free throw is good. That extends the lead to 17. 29-12, 3:29 in this second quarter. One more coming as the second free throw from Waller rims out. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. 3:25 in this second quarter as it is going to be on the left-hand side. It goes to Word. Pump fakes. Goes back out now to Hughes as Hughes sets up in the half court. Works on the right-hand side. Behind the back dribble. Goes now straight away to Hammonds. Hammonds gives it to Word. As Word met by a double team, goes now to Hammonds. Her 15-footer on the way. Rims out. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the return go the Lady Marshals. Into the front court it goes to Reed. All the way to the rim. Nice pass underneath. Layup up and in by Addie Wall. Wall having a big game tonight. She's got 13. 31-12, Lady Marshals. Bolin into the rim. Puts it up. No good. Rebound fought for. Marshall County gets the rebound. Waller on the right-hand side. Uses the right-hand dribble. All the way to the rim. Puts it up. No good. Rebound comes down to Hammonds. And a whistle as it looks like Bolin is a little bit hobbled, and she is going to come out for McCracken County. Case Beer, and also coming in from McCracken County, Ari Bryson for the first time tonight. So McCracken County has a possession, trailing 31-12, 2:35 in this second quarter. Word to Case Beer as Case Beer cross court as it is a layup up. And nice job by the Lady Mustangs to break the pressure and able to score at the rim. That makes it now 31-14. Nice steal almost by Hughes as taking the basketball is Reed. Spins towards the top of the key, works on the left-hand side now to Darnold. Darnold gets it to Waller. As Waller had it poked away for a moment. Great defense for McCracken County by Bryson. Nice pass underneath, layup up and in at the rim by Darnold.
Eric, somebody didn't drop back there on defense. That was great perimeter defense, but no one in the lane whatsoever. Easy basket for Marshall.
That makes it to the right side of Case Beer. Straight away now to Hughes. On the wing to Word. Back to Hughes. Lady Mustangs slow and patient on this possession. Now on the left side to Word. Back out top to Hughes. As Hughes, nice pass to Case Beer at the foul line extended. Her pass poked away, goes to Word. Back out top, McCracken County again, patient this series, and a timeout from Coach Sibbles. Did not like how his offense looked overall.
One thing, Eric, they have been a lot more patient. You commented on that a moment ago. I think that's been one of the differences in the second quarter is the Lady Mustangs have been more patient And they've also done a lot better job of passing the ball and not just picking up their dribble and getting a double team situation that they can't get out of. I think that's been a big difference, a big improvement that we've seen so far in this second quarter. But, you know, one thing, Eric, I want to point out, so far in this second quarter, you only got a minute and 14 left. Do you realize that after going down 19 points in that first quarter, the Lady Mustangs have played even up with Marshall at 12 points apiece here in this second quarter?
As it is overall, the Lady Mustangs a tough mountain to climb with what they've done so far.
Yeah, that 19-point deficit, I'll be interested to see how this second half plays out, but it'll be interesting. I'd love to see the deficit end up being 19. Not to say I don't want the Lady Mustangs to come back and win, but it would be a good statement for this Lady Mustangs to be able to play even up with Marshall County in 3 complete quarters.
As Words long three, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. Lady Marshals on the return. Riley Teague in the backcourt with it for the Lady Marshals. Gives it up on the right-hand side to Reed. Into the front court, Reed goes now on the far left side. Marshall County up 33-14, 50 seconds left in the second. Straight away, Jessica Reed. Out top to Sandlin, using her right-hand dribble. Nice series here for the Lady Marshals, spreading it out, cutting, passing. It's just using some clock. And if they find something, they attack. But if not, just use clock for the last shot. Coach Aaron Beth and Lady Marshals, well-coached ball club. So's Coach Sibbles and the Lady Mustangs. 22 seconds here in the first half. On the wing, it goes right side to Sandlin. Now into the corner, and nice job attacking the passing lane by Hughes. She gets the steal. Hughes on the return from McCracken County, 10 seconds left. Hughes down to 7. On the wing, it goes to Bryson. Back to Hughes, left side. She's open. Her three, no good. Rebound over the backboard comes down to Marshall County, and that will do it for the first half. After one half of play, Lady Marshals have opened up a lead. They lead the Lady Mustangs right now, 33-14. When we come back, we will have the first half scoring and Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments. That's next. 99.5 The Fan.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Do you avoid going to the doctor because of all the hassle? Figuring out your copay, your deductible. Will your insurance even pay for this? Is this provider in your network? There's no hassle at Estes Chiropractic. The Back Brothers, they cut their fees so they could cut out the middleman. The Back Brothers dropped their fees enough so they don't have to fool with insurance. And neither do you. They don't do insurance at Estes. They just take good care of you. Give Paducah's Back Brothers a call. Estes Chiropractic, the Back Brothers.
Craving wings that bring the heat? Buffalo Wild Wings has got you covered. Whether you're a fan of classic buffalo, sweet barbecue, or something in between, they've got sauces that'll make your taste buds dance. Enjoy wings and other great menu items while catching all the live sports action on B-Dub's big screens. Or get it to go. Just order online at BuffaloWildWings.com or get the free app. Wings, beer, sports. What more could you ask for at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Darren Rudolph with Baird Private Wealth Management in Paducah. As a provider of trusted financial services in Paducah, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like United Way and West Kentucky Fellowship of Christian Athletes, because we care about Paducah. Discover the Baird difference. Visit paducah.bairdwealth.com.
Thanks to our highly skilled and compassionate team, Baptist Health Paducah has received a national 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This means that no other regional hospital and only 4 other hospitals across Kentucky can provide the levels of safety, quality, and patient experience that you'll find with us. All-Star Team, 5-star care. Only at Baptist Health Paducah. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
Is it time for some new floors? Is the living room no longer living it up? Is the foyer now forbidden to be seen? Flooring America can help, especially right now during Flooring America's giant vinyl plank flooring sale, with pricing starting out as low as $2.65 a square foot. That's right, $2.65 right now for vinyl plank flooring. Professional installers fully insured for integrity, quality, and professional service. Flooring America at 5150 Heartland Drive in Paducah.
Craig Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
Back here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, the campus of McCracken County High School. Rough first half for the Lady Mustangs, as it was a tough first quarter, but played hard in the second quarter and trail at the half, 33-14 to the Lady Marshals. As we welcome you back to Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, the Baird broadcast booth. Let's take a look at the first half scoring. And with that first half scoring, Jimmy Garrett.
So taking a look at Marshall County first, Eden Sandlin, she ended up with a total of 3. She had a three-pointer there in the first quarter. Next score up on the sheet here tonight from Marshall County, Skylar Waller. She's had a good game so far. She's got a total of 5 points. Riley Tigg, she's got 2 points. The lead scorer for this team so far tonight overall, Addie Wall, she's got 13 points for this team. Second leading scorer today, Terry Kinsley, she's got 8. And then the bottom scorer today with just 2 points, Rylan Darnell, she's got 2 points overall. So far tonight, we got 6 scores for the Lady Marshals, led by Addie Wall with a total of 13 points. Taking a look at the Lady Mustangs, just 2 points there in the first quarter by Reagan Hill. But overall, when you look at this team, as you mentioned, Eric, they did a good job in that second quarter, ended up putting up 12 points. Abby K-Spear, she came off the bench. She had 2 in that second quarter. Reagan Hill did put up another basket there, as well as Ava Hughes. She ended up with 2 points. Laser Bolton, she ended up with 2 points. Leading scorer so far tonight, interesting enough for the Lady Mustangs, the only senior on this team, Ashley Word, who didn't start but came off the bench. So far, she's made 2 of 3 on the three-point attempts in this second quarter. She's got a total of 6 points to be the leading scorer tonight for the Lady Mustangs. So, Eric, I feel really good about what we witnessed. We talked there for a moment off the air. I got to give Coach Sibbles a lot of credit. I mean, his team was down 21-2, 19-point deficit coming out of that first quarter. What do you do to get your team settled down? And Eric, one of the things I want to point out to the fans at home is the Lady Mustangs played dead even with the Lady Marshals in that second quarter. Each team put up 12 points. So granted, you didn't cut into that 19-point deficit that you incurred in that first quarter, but man, does it feel good for these Lady Mustangs. And it's got to be a little bit of a confidence booster to come out in the second quarter, the next 8 minutes, and play dead even with the Lady Marshals. So, to me, Eric, like I mentioned a moment ago, I'd love to see them, make some headway on this 19-point deficit and certainly get back in this game. But if they continue to play dead even with them for 3 quarters, I think it's a big statement here tonight that, hey, we got down by 19 points and we came back and played even up with you for 3 quarters. So I like the adjustments that Coach Sibbles made between the first and second quarter. He settled his team down, got them scoring points. I think that was one of the big things. And the other thing is we saw a lot of confidence on the defensive end.
As we take a look at the Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments, when you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic Center, Central Avenue in Paducah. For the first thing for the Lady Mustangs, it is play aggressive.
Yeah, Eric, and that's aggressive on the defensive end, and that to me was a big difference in that second quarter. The first quarter, the girls just seemed to be back on their heels. Skylar Waller was able to drive it, get it inside to Addie Wall. they just had the Lady Mustangs' whole defense back on their heels and were just running around them. And what you saw after that break, and I think that's one of the two big adjustments that Coach Sybil's made during the break, is he had his girls get aggressive. You know, Ava Hughes came up with a couple steals there in the half-court defense. You know, you could see some of the girls putting a lot more pressure on defensively, and it was causing Marshall, you know, some trouble, and held them to that 12 points or 14 points there in the second quarter. So, you know, one of the things is, Eric, they've got to do, if they're going to get back in this game, if they're going to be competitive in this second half, they've got to play that same aggressive defense here and get Marshall back on their heels.
Also for McCracken County tonight, continue the patience in the shot selection.
Yeah, Eric, I think one of the things is it looked much better in that second quarter. The other thing, I'm sure Coach Sybil's made an adjustment. The Lady Mustangs, when they came across half court, they set their offense up. They settled in. They were passing the ball well. They were taking their time. They were being patient, and they were able to find an open shooter. They got off a lot more shots. You know, Eric, I'm going to go back to that first quarter. I think the Lady Mustangs either got off 4 or 5 total shots in that first quarter. We saw a big difference here in that second quarter, and I think that was a patience, good shot selection. We saw Abby Casebeer, that was a great drive she made from the corner right down the baseline for an easy layup and able to get around that first string defense of the Lady Marshals. So to me, Eric, I think what we've got to see in this second half is for the Lady Mustangs to continue to play patient and get off good shots in the second half.
That's your Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, call the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic Center, Central Avenue in Paducah. For McCracken County, you said it well. The second quarter was a great adjustment from Coach Sybil's.
Yeah, Eric, you know, you want to see it. We know Coach Sybil's is a great coach. The last 2 years, he's got his team to the state championship. And when you got a young team and you're down 19 points in one quarter, you know, how do you react? I think that's the big question. What's the character of this team? What's that confidence? How do you get back in this ball game? And to me, Eric, they made a big statement. I mean, getting outscored 21-2 in the first quarter and scoring even up 12 points apiece in that second quarter. To me, Eric, that's a huge statement for this young Lady Mustang team. You may not come out of here tonight with a win against a good team like Marshall County, but if you can walk out of here and play even up with them for 3 of the 4 quarters after that start, you've got to feel good about it. To me, it's a good growth opportunity, good character opportunity for the Lady Mustangs, so I'm anxious to see the second half.
And so the Lady Mustangs with it on the left-hand side as Lazaria Bolin goes now on the right-hand side. Straight away, it comes back as McCracken County goes on the wing to Bolin, off the glass. Nice move, puts it in. Great job by Bolin to get the scoring started.
Eric, that was a great offensive sequence, and Laser took the opportunity to drive that in against Wall, and that was a great start.
As it goes to Waller. Waller, nice pass underneath. Layup up and in by Addie Wall. Great job by Waller to create that sequence and Wall to finish it. 35-16. Lady Marshals on top, then a trap, and a wonderful job by Marshall County to use their length and create the turnover.
They did there, Eric. Unfortunate for Laser Bolin. She picked her dribble up with the double team there, and once you do, you're in a tight bind, and Marshall did a good job there stopping her at half court.
Marshall County, the possession as it goes now on the right-hand side to Terry. It's Terry, a baseline drive, gives it now at the free throw line. That is to Wall. Nice pass to Terry. Layup's good. As it is McCracken County with the possession. As Lazaria Bolin goes now on the left-hand side. As her pass deflected, but it's going to be a foul, and that's going to be on Marshall County.
Yeah, Eric, that was a little bit of break for Lady Mustangs there. Overall, they had Lily Hamlin kind of pinned in over there when she picked up her dribble, and it was fortunate for the Lady Mustangs not to get a turnover out of that.
And so McCracken County with it as it comes now on the left-hand side. Straight away Hughes on the wing now to Hamilton. On the block, now back out to Hamilton, to Hughes, to Hamilton. 37-16. On the wing it goes to Bolin. As Bolin using her dribble. Comes now straight away to Hamilton. Swung into the corner now to Hughes. Hughes puts down the right-hand dribble to Bolin. She attacks into the lane. Nice pass to Hill. Layup no good, but she's fouled.
Yeah, Eric, that was a nice play there. I mean, Laser Bowling did a good job taking that down the right side of the lane, and Reagan Hill was open when Wall pulled over there to try to get to stop. So that's the kind of offensive execution these Lady Mustangs need in the second half.
And so 2 coming for Hill. As the free throw, no good. 1 more for Reagan Hill, looking for her 3rd point of the game. The 2nd free throw from Hill is good. Lady Mustangs trail 37-17 as we have 6:15 in this 3rd quarter, I'm sorry. Clock still says 2nd quarter, trip me up. It is going to be into the corner as it goes to Schroeder. And now on the far side to Waller. She lines up a 3, no good. Rebound fought for, comes down to Schroeder. Nice job fighting for it. Off to Teague, jumper's good. Riley Teague with her 4th point. It is going to be 39-17 as Hughes met by a double team. Now trapped, gets rid of it to Hill. Nice pass down low to Hammonds. Layup no good, but she's fouled.
Yeah, Eric, that was a good job breaking the press there by Ava Hughes, getting that into Reagan Hill, the top of the key there. Reagan did a good job finding Anna Hammonds wide open underneath the rim, and really the Lady Marshals didn't have any chance there other than to foul Anna Hammonds, or it would have been an easy shot there right at the rim.
As the first one for Hammonds is good. The freshman's first point of the game. As the 2nd free throw, good. Marshall County the possession, and an outlet to Waller. She leaks behind the defense. Her right-hand layup is good. Skylar Waller finishes in transition. That gives her 7. 5:33 in this 3rd quarter. 41-19 Lady Marshals. As Skater Hauser picks up her dribble, comes now to Hughes. As Hughes goes into the corner now to Hamilton. To Hammonds as it goes now to Hauser on the left side. Back to Hammonds. As she's looking for Hamilton, hands it off to her now. As Hamilton lost it off her foot, gets it back, swings it on the left-hand side now to Skater Hauser. As Hauser in the corner to Hughes. Hughes goes off of a screen, crosses over her dribble, into the lane, off the high glass, no good. Rebound back to Hammonds, puts it up, no good, but she's fouled. Nice job again by Anna Hammonds. She'll go back to the foul line for 2.
Yeah, Eric, you like to see those offensive boards, and Anna Hammonds got it good position there to get it on the other side of the rim, and she's got another opportunity here to get 2 points for the Lady Mustangs at the free throw line.
It is going to be no good on the free throw. 1 more coming up.
Derek, it looks like Ava Hughes is out. Coach Sibbles put Ashley Ward back in her to handle the ball for the Lady Mustangs coming up next time.
As the 2nd free throw, good. She makes 1 of 2. Full court pressure as it comes in. Lady Marshals able to get it to Sandlin. Sandlin steadies it into the front court. Sandlin on the right-hand side as it goes now to Waller. Into the lane, now kicked out right side. Sandlin's 3 is short. Rebound fought for, out of bounds off of McCracken County. It will stay with Marshall County. 4:29 in this 3rd quarter, 41-20. The Lady Marshals on top. As the substitution comes in, Case Beer comes in for Hamilton. Marshall to inbound it. As it comes right side, Sandlin's contested 3, no good. Rebound out of bounds off Marshall County. It will go over to McCracken County. 41-20 right now. The Lady Marshals on top. 4:25 in this 3rd quarter. As it will be Case Beer to inbound it. As she gets it into Skater Hauser. 2-2-1, 3/4 court pressure. As Word to Hauser, looking to trap at half court, and the pass is airmailed to Principal Jonathan Smith, out of bounds.
That was the coach to, I said Coach Smith there. Eric, you called it right, Principal Smith.
That's right.
There. And
he didn't want the pass. As it goes Inbounds to Sandlin. Sandlin races the other way, comes right side to Waller. As Waller, using a left-hand dribble, goes off a high screen. Waller all the way to the rim, had it poked away, gets it back, reverse layup up, no good. Rebound, a weird ricochet off the backboard, back to Marshall County, and a nice job by Addie Wall to claim it, get to the rim, and get fouled.
Eric, I don't know how they came down with that rebound. There was 3 Lady Mustangs under the rim when Skylar Waller missed that, and somehow that ball kicked out and allowed the Lady Marshals to get another opportunity here.
As it comes in, it's poked out of bounds. Nice job by Hughes to poke it away. Is Marshall County the possession. Waller with it. As Waller using a right-hand dribble, comes out to Teague. As Teague gives it off and gets it back. Now hands it off to Sandlin. Sandlin on the right side, tried to entry pass over to Addie Wall on the block, but a laser of a pass goes out of bounds. It will go back to McCracken County. It is going to be up the right sideline. Hammonds had it poked away out of bounds. It will stay with McCracken County.
Eric, one thing I got to say about the Lady Mustangs I haven't commented on. They're doing a much better job breaking the press here in the second half than they did in the first quarter.
No doubt. 41-20, Lady Marshals on top. It is going to go to Case Beer. She has it on the wing, puts a left-hand dribble down into the lane, floats one up. No good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. Waller races the other way for the Lady Marshals. As Waller goes on to the wing, gets it back. Her contested 3, it no good. Rebound comes out long. Sandlin chases it down, saves it in. It comes down, though, to Case Beer. Case Beer up the floor to Hammonds. Hammonds left side to Word. Her left side high arcing 3, too strong. Rebound fought for by Hughes. She turns to the rim, puts it up no good, but she's fouled.
Eric, another good effort down here on the offensive boards. That's the second time out of the last 2 series the Lady Mustangs have been able to come down with an offensive board. So that's another area that we've got to say, Eric, these Lady Mustangs have improved since the first quarter, is getting offensive rebounds.
So free throws coming for Hughes. First one no good. One more for Ava Hughes. Lady Mustangs trail 41-20, 2:59 in this third quarter. Second free throw is good. So Hughes makes 1 of 2. And full court pressure from the Lady Mustangs, 41-21. The Lady Marshals on top. Is Marshall County able to break the pressure into the front court? Jessica Reed. As Reed guarded by Word. Off of a screen, goes now into the corner. That's to Waller. Waller straight away. Entry pass poked away, and it is out of bounds. Great hustle by Ava Hughes.
Yeah, Eric, that's the second time in a row that they've been down here in their half-court offense, and Ava Hughes has been able to get a hand on the ball. Not been able to get a turnover yet, but she's doing a good job getting a hand on the ball.
As it comes on the right-hand side, a baseline drive by Waller. Had it poked away, out of bounds. It will go off Casabir, and it will stay with Marshall County.
Eric, another opportunity almost for a turnover by the Lady Mustangs, but you like the effort by Case Beer there as well to break up that play.
Marshall County will inbound it. Sandlin will do the honors as she comes out towards the straightaway to Terry. They threw it to Wall, who wasn't quite ready. Back to Terry. Her shot blocked, but it's going to be a foul on Shelburne, and that will send Terry to the foul line to shoot 2.
Oh, Eric, that Ella Shelburne, that didn't go her way. She did a great job, Eric. I mean, I can understand where the official called that foul, but for Shelburne, she almost came up with a really nice block shot there.
As the first free throw is good, and so 1 of 2 so far for Terry. The second free throw is good. She makes 1 of 2. Or 2 of 2, excuse me. 43-21. The Lady Marshals on top. As Word, top of the key, using her dribble. Goes off of a high screen, goes on the wing to Case Beer. 2:18 in the third. Case Beer, backdoor cut to Hughes. All the way to the rim. Shot blocked. Nice job on the defense by Knowles. And it's loose on the floor. It's going to be out of bounds off who? It is to Marshall County. Just great defense overall by the Lady Marshals.
Yeah, Eric, I almost thought that was going to be a held ball and stay with them. I think it is, Eric. I think they called a held ball. It's going to stay down on the Lady Mustangs into the court.
Case Beer will inbound as it comes down straight away to Hughes. Into the lane, and did she travel or get fouled? It is going to be a foul on Marshall County.
Yeah, Eric, that was a weak foul. I got to say one thing. Me and you call it like we see it.
Yep.
I don't think that was a foul.
There was not much to it to say that for sure. And so Ava Hughes will shoot 2. First one from Hughes is good. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumbler. Thank you for joining us tonight. Boys game to follow this one right here on 99.5 The Fan. One more for Ava Hughes. Second free throw is too strong. Rebound is fought for, controlled by Marshall County. Lady Marshals on the return. On the left-hand side, it's Terry. Hands it off to Sandlin. As Sandlin, a right-hand dribble, crosses it over a few times, goes off of a high screen, goes now off to the wing. That is to Reed. As Reed turns around towards the top of the key and nearly had it poked away to Terry. Now to Reed into the corner. Gives it off to Knowles. As Knowles to Wall. Wall turns, left-hand shot, no good. Back to Wall, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds off McCracken County. It will go to Marshall County. Lady Marshals will inbound it underneath their own basket as Sandlin to do the honors. As it comes down on the block, Wall's layup no good, but she's fouled. So Addie Wall will shoot 2. And the Lady Marshals really just executing in all facets.
Yeah, Eric, one of the things we've talked about their three-point shooting tonight, and they've certainly done that, but Addie Wall, she adds another dimension to this Marshall team. I think one of the things is that makes it really tough to cover is you got to cover that perimeter like we talked pre-game, but Addie Wall's inside at 6 foot tall, and she's doing a great job playing in the lane for this team.
As the second free throw is good. It is going to be off the pass to Hughes. Hughes now up the right sideline. It's out of bounds off McCracken County, and just pressure turnover there by the Lady Marshals.
Yeah, Eric, the unfortunate for the Lady Mustang guards are missing. You know, someone's in the middle of the court, open down court for the Lady Mustangs. They need to get that pass back to the center of the court.
As Marshall County brings it the other way, it goes on the right-hand side. Lady Marshals now slow it down. 46-22. Lady Marshals in control. As into the lane, Terry takes contact, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by K-Spear. She comes about on the breakaway. On the rim, puts it up, no good, and it will be a foul on Marshall County.
I like the effort there by Abby K-Spear. She had 2 Lady Mustangs, one on each side of her. She just continued to drive it to the rim, ended up picking up the foul there. The Lady Mustangs need to be able to convert here at the free throw line in this last minute of the third quarter to cut back into this lead again.
As the free throw is good. One more coming for K-Spear. Second free throw is no good. Rebound comes out, and Marshall County able to come down with it. A minute left in the third, 45-23. Lady Marshals on top. As it comes now on the left hand.
Right now it looks like it's over the wall out there. Terry's got it. She brings it into Addie Wall underneath the rim. Wall's going up for an easy layup. She ended up making that. That was a good pass inside.
As Addie Wall connects, that makes it 47-23 now. The Lady Mustangs trail with possession. It goes on the right-hand side to K-Spear. K-Spear on the left-hand side, trying to get it to Preston. Nice job reading the passing lane by Marshall County, and knocking it out of bounds was Jessica Reed.
Eric, though, that was a good way to break the press right there. Ava Hughes saw K-Spear down the court wide open and did a great job getting that pass down. That's the way you break that press, and that's what the Lady Mustangs need to do.
As it goes up the floor underneath, nice pass, layup up and in for Lauren Knowles. Her first basket of the game. And up the floor it goes, left side, Shelburne. She takes a contested 3, no good. Rebound is fought for, and out of bounds it goes off Marshall County. It will stay with McCracken County. So the Lady Mustangs will inbound it underneath their own basket. 6.8 seconds left in the third, trailing 49-23. K-Spear comes into Preston. As Preston straight away to Word. Her three near the buzzer, no good, and that will do it for the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, the Lady Marshals in control. They lead the Lady Mustangs 49-23. Overall, Jimmy Garrett, the Lady Mustangs trying to compete, but you're just going up against a buzzsaw right now in how the Lady Marshals are playing.
Yeah, particularly in the second half of the third quarter. I thought the Lady Mustangs did a good job coming out of halftime. They played good, solid basketball. They only lost this quarter by 7 points in comparison to that first quarter, but a lot of those points by the Lady Marshals came in the latter half of this third quarter. They did a great job executing. I think one of the things is, Eric, a little different than I might have anticipated coming into tonight's game. You know, we knew the Lady Marshals could shoot out at the perimeter, but in the last 4 minutes of this third quarter, they've just been consistently feeding that ball into Addie Wall right there at the basket, and they're getting the easy layups at the rim. So if you look back over the last 8 points they put up, all of them have been right at the rim. They've been good execution on getting the ball in the lane for those easy baskets. So overall right now, I think one of the things is, Eric, that you've got to say about Marshall County, it's going to be tough to defend for anybody here in Western Kentucky, is they've got this big perimeter game that we talked about pregame, but then they got Addie Wall underneath and Lake and Schroeder, and those two girls are doing a great job inside. So, you know, overall, when you go up against Marshall County, you know, how do you set up your defense? Do you set it up to guard the perimeter, or do you try to keep Wall and Schroeder out of the lane?
It is a start of the fourth quarter. Lady Mustangs on top trailing 49-23 to the Lady Marshals. As Skater Hauser on the left-hand side. Her three is good. Nice job starting the fourth by Skater Hauser. As that makes it 49-26. Lady Marshals on top. Waller off of a screen and nearly had it taken away. It's going to be a foul on McCracken County in the process. And the Lady Marshals will have it underneath their own basket.
1560 WPAD Paducah.
Marshall County to inbound it as it comes into Waller. Waller between two defenders, hands it off underneath to Schroeder. Her layup's good. 51-26. Lady Mustangs trail. Skater Hauser goes to Word. To Hughes, back to Word. In the Hauser in the corner. To Hughes. To Hauser. Now to Bryson underneath as a layup up, no good. Rebound comes back to McCracken County. Putting it up is Reed, no good, but it goes off the backboard and to Marshall County. Timeout Marshall County. It's a 30-second timeout. 7:04 left in this fourth quarter. Lady Marshals on top 51-26. Really for this fourth quarter for the Lady Mustangs trying to get better, playing with some pride.
Yeah, Eric, I think this is another time I'd like to see them gain a little bit, cut a little bit in this lead, or at least play even up like they did on the second quarter with the Lady Marshals. I think overall, Eric, it makes a statement that this team is improving, and that's what Coach Civils wants to see out of this young basketball team. He knows he's going to have some nights like he did in the first quarter tonight against the Lady Marshals, but how your team reacts, how your team improves, that's what Coach Civils is. He coaches. You and I talked about it last year. You know, he started out the season shooting for what it looked like in district play, regional play, and ultimately over in Lexington in the state tournament. And you do the same thing here. You want to see your team improve. And so far tonight, Eric, since that first quarter, we've seen a lot of improvement by the Lady Mustangs, both on the defense and offensive end of the court. You want to see that continual growth as the season goes along.
Marshall County will bring it up as it is going to be Waller. Now on the left-hand side of the floor, Marshall County's Riley Teague gives it onto the wing to Terry. As Terry off of a screen, left-hand side now to Schroeder. To Waller. 6:43 left in the game. 51-26 Marshall County as Teague blocked at the rim by Hill. Out of bounds off Hill. It will stay with Marshall County.
Yeah, Eric, that was a nice block by Reagan Hill. She kept from making any contact there, didn't get the foul, blocked that shot at the rim. It makes a big statement by Reagan Hill that she's not going to let these Lady Marshals get inside the paint and make easy layups.
As a left-hand three or left side three by Teague is good. Riley Teague was open. She buried it. Her 7th point into the game, and it's 54-26. Lady Mustangs return. Word, left side three. It's perfect. Ashley Word from the corner. Her third three of the game. She's got 9. 54-29. As it comes now in towards the corner, Schroeder between two defenders goes right side now to Terry. Her three rims in. Kinsley Terry, her third three of the game. And that gives her now 15. 57-29. Lady Marshals on top. Comes the Skaterhauser to Word. Her long three. It's no good. Rebound comes long. Out of bounds. It will go to Marshall County. Lady Mustangs trailing by 28 at the moment. It was a great start by Marshall County, 21-2. The start, and they have not looked back. 5.5 minutes in the fourth. It goes on the left-hand side now to T. Nice free throw line jumper up and in by Addie Wall. Off to the wing it goes to Bryson. Out now to Word. Down low, nice pass to Hill. She turns, jump shot no good. Rebound to Marshall County. Off on the wing it goes to Terry. Baseline drive, and it's going to be a foul on Skaterhauser.
You know, Eric, that's one thing we've got to say. There's not been a lot of fouls in this game. You talked at halftime. It's been a pretty quick game so far tonight, and it's been clean, that's for certain.
A baseline drive shot no good by Marshall County. Bolin on the return, as Bolin is going to be cut off and fouled. And nice sportsmanship by Sandlin to help her back up.
That was a good drive by Laser Bolin. She came down with that rebound there, Eric, and she looked down the center of the court. It was wide open. Laser, we know, is one of the quicker players on the court for the Lady Mustangs. She did a good job on that drive.
It is Hill all the way to the rim. She turns, gives it out. Hughes, her three. Got it. Ava Hughes from deep. That makes it 59-32 now. The Lady Marshals on top. 4:45 left in the game. Into the front court, Kinsley Terry. Terry on the right-hand side. Guarded closely by Bolin. 5-second count approaching. She's able to get away from it as Terry still in some trouble. Now goes straight away to Schroeder. Swung on the right-hand side to Teague. Teague, her right side three, rims in. Riley Teague, her second three of the quarter. She's got 10, 62-32. Lady Marshals on top. Underneath it goes to Hill. As Hill into the lane. Her floater, no good, but she's fouled.
That was good, Eric. It's one of the few times in this game that we've seen the Lady Mustangs try to feed the ball into Reagan Hill. We really haven't seen that throughout the first three quarters, and so a little bit of change up on offense here in this fourth quarter. Coach Civils has them feeding that ball into Hill. That was a good turnaround jumper by Hill. She was fouled.
As the free throw is good. And one more coming for Hill. As the second free throw also good. It will be Marshall County to inbound it as it comes now across the timeline for Reed. As Jessica Reed off of a high screen. Reed picks up her dribble. Goes now to Schroeder. Off the left-hand side. Crossover dribble by Teague. Picks it up now at the foul line. All the way to the rim. A lot of contact. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. Lady Mustangs may have gotten away with a foul there as Bolin tried to pass it underneath. Goes out to Word. Word underneath. Gives it back out to Hughes. Her open three. It's no good. Rebound back to Hill. Puts it up. No good, but she's fouled.
That was a good effort there by Reagan Hill to come down. She came down with that rebound between two Lady Marshals there and was able to get it back up against the glass. Unfortunately, they didn't fall and give Reagan an opportunity for a three-point play.
It is going to be a free throw. That's good. for Hill. One more free throw for Hill. On the way. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the return from Marshall County is Reed. Goes down the right-hand side to Teague. Off the other side to Sandlin. Her open three, no good. Rebound back to Marshall County. Put up by Knowles, no good. Rebound out of bounds off McCracken. It will stay with the Lady Marshals. Marshall County will inbound it. Comes down the left side to Sandlin. Her three is good. Eden Sandlin, her second three. That makes it 65-35, Marshall County. Off on the wing it goes to Word. Back now to Bolin. 3 minutes left in the game. Lady Marshals by 30. And a timeout for Coach Sibbles. He was unhappy with the setup of his half-court offense.
Yeah, Eric, there wasn't any real good ball movement there. And then the other things is the offensive players, they just had kind of set up around the perimeter. They weren't doing any movement whatsoever on offense there, and Coach Sibbles was frustrated about it. I know from talking to him on Wednesday nights, he wants his players moving on the offensive end of the court. And there they were just stagnant. They were just standing in their spots. Reagan Hill being close to being down there in the lane, and the other four just around the perimeter. And so they weren't gaining any offensive advantage there whatsoever. So I can see where Coach Sibbles got frustrated. Eric, you know, one of the things that you and I learned about, we know when he's frustrated, if you look down there on the court, he's got his glasses on.
That's right. If he takes his glasses off, as I say often, be in prayer for whoever he's looking at.
Yeah, and he's got his glasses off. When he takes them off, I'm always a little bit scared at what he's saying. So he took them off there. He saw something he didn't like. Like I said, it just looked like a stagnant offense was going on in that half-court series there.
McCracken County, the possession is Laser Bolin, swings it on the wing to Word. Now into the corner to Hughes. Back out to Bolin. Nice job, though, attacking the passing lane, knocking it out of bounds by Jessica Reed. As it comes into Hill. Hill turns towards the baseline, puts it up, no good, but she's fouled. Nice job by Hill establishing position inside.
She has, and she's every time, I like what Reagan's doing. I mean, she's really taking one dribble. She's turning around 180 degrees. She's putting it up, and there she put it up right there in the face of Wall. I think that's her second foul just here in the fourth quarter.
As the first one is good. One more for Hill. The second free throw is good. 65-37. The Lady Marshals on top. 2:40 left in this game. Boys game to follow this one. Marshall County to inbound it as they get it into Sandlin. Sandlin crossover into the front court. Sandlin straight away now to Reed. As Reed gives it out to Knowles. On the left wing to Teague. Nice entry pass into the paint. Turns, jump shot, no good. Rebound comes loose, comes to McCracken County. Up the floor it goes to K-Spear. Left-hand layup, rims in. Abby K-Spear finishes at the rim. 65-39. Marshall County leads, 2 minutes left in the game. Goes off to the left side of the floor now to Teague. Entry pass into Wall. She's triple teamed, in some trouble, and it's going to be poked away. Jump ball will stay with Marshall County.
That was good defense on Wally. Triple teamed her there. She didn't have anywhere at all to get an outlet pass, and unfortunate for the Mustangs, the air wasn't in their direction, but good defense there against Addie Wall, who's had a great night so far.
Marshall County will inbound it as it goes in on the right-hand side to Knowles. And it's picked off and stolen by Bolin. Bolin all the way towards the rim. Right-hand layup, no good. Rebound back to K-Spear. She turns, and it's knocked out of bounds. It will go off McCracken County to Marshall County.
Oh, Eric, that was unfortunate for the Lady Mustangs there. They've cut this lead back down to just under 26 points, and that was an opportunity to cut into it a little more.
As it was an outlet from Marshall County, knocked out of bounds by the Lady Mustangs. Some substitutions coming in for the Lady Marshals. A minute 39 left. Lady Marshals will inbound it. As it comes in on the left-hand side of the floor to J.C. Wells. Out top to Reed. Is 90 seconds left. Off of a screen, Reed goes now on the left-hand side. Duncan. And thrown away high side, it goes to Bolin. Laser Bolin, nice pass to Hill. Layup's good, and she's fouled. Nice job by Reagan Hill once again.
Eric, Reagan Hill's having a good fourth
quarter. Sure has.
I think that's about 8 points so far for Reagan Hill here in this fourth quarter.
It is going to be Hill for the end one. As a free throw by Hill, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. Lady Marshals on the return. On the right-hand side, J.C. Wells. As Wells gives it to Reed. And then stolen by McCracken County as it goes on the right side to Shelburne to Hill. To Preston. As her shot no good, but she's found. Nice job by Brooklyn Preston.
Yeah, Eric, that's a nice offensive sequence by the second group that's in here in this last minute. They did a good job, a much better job distributing the ball offensively than a couple series ago, and Coach Sybil's got a little bit upset. So, you know, this second group that's come in here throughout the season so far for the Lady Mustangs is a good backup group. They do some good passing. They've got some good shooters on the floor with Shelburne and Skater Hauser. So overall, this is a good second group that Coach Sybils has assembled here for this season.
Free throw by Preston is no good. Preston will have one more. The second free throw for Preston, no good. Rebound comes out to Shelburne. 43 seconds left. As it comes straight away to Skater Hauser. Now to Preston. In the corner, Shelburne. Her open three, rimmed out. Rebound back to Hammonds, though. She goes up no good, but she's fouled. Lady Mustangs fighting all the way to the end, which is what you want.
Yeah, Eric, that was another good. You know, one of the things is I've got to comment on, we've mentioned it several times here in the fourth quarter. The Lady Mustangs have done a good job on the offensive boards, and that was another good offensive board that Anna Hammonds came down with.
And so first one was good. One more free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. 30 seconds left. Lady Marshals using the final seconds here as the clock ticks down to 15. As it goes now far left side. And the Lady Marshals win it tonight. It is the final score. Marshall County 65, the Lady Mustangs 42. A really good showing from beginning to end by the Marshall County Lady Marshals.
Yeah, Eric, you got to say out here in Western Kentucky, this has got to be one of the better girls basketball teams. The Lady Marshals, we knew coming into this season, you and I talked preseason, that this was going to be a good basketball team led by Skylar Waller, and certainly they proved it tonight, particularly in that first quarter. They just did an excellent job there in the third quarter as well. Late in the third quarter, they were feeding that ball into Wall. She was doing a great job underneath the rim, putting up some easy layups. So this is going to be a tough team to beat here in Region 1 with the talent that Marshall County has overall. But, Eric, I've got to give a shout-out tonight to the Lady Mustangs. You know, one of the things is they went down 21-2 in that first quarter. You're down a quick 19 points in just 8 minutes. What did they do in the next 24 minutes? In the next three quarters, the Lady Mustangs only allowed Marshall County to outscore them by 4 points. So they ended up losing by 23 points. So, Eric, I got to give a shout-out to two things. I got to give a big shout-out to Coach Civils. He did a good job starting in that second quarter. He made the right adjustments after his team got down by 19 points. And then I've got to give a lot of credit to these Lady Mustangs, both the first starting group and the second group that came in as well. They did a good job. Particularly, they played a lot more aggressive defense and slowed the scoring down overall for Marshall County. If you look at it, Eric, they put up 21 points in the first quarter. Overall, they only put up 44 points in the following 3 quarters. So good defense by the Lady Mustangs. And then the Lady Mustangs went from just 2 points in that first quarter to they ended up putting up about 43 points, throughout the next, or 41 points throughout the next few quarters. So, overall, Eric, I got to give the Lady Mustangs credit. When you get down by that kind of deficit, it's easy to put your head down and really lose a lot of momentum, and they didn't. Coach Civils, kept the confidence level up in his group. The Lady Mustangs came out and played better on both ends of the court. They did a good job breaking the press as well. That was another thing that was really giving them fits in that first quarter. They were really getting a lot of turnovers on the press from Marshall County, not being able to break that press and get the ball down court. They did a much better job here in the second half breaking the press. So, Eric, I just got to give credit overall to the Lady Mustangs, particularly from that start of that second quarter throughout the rest of the game. You look at it, Eric, if they wouldn't have had a 19-point deficit in that first quarter, let's just say, for instance, that was a 5-point deficit, you would have ended this game down just 9 points. It could have been a lot different in the fourth quarter. So overall, Eric, I just got to give a good shout out to these Lady Mustangs. You don't want to lose by 23 points, but you definitely want to show you can play with Marshall County, and they did that 3 out of 4 quarters.
And so we will take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at the final scoring and get the thoughts of Coach Civils. And everyone will lose their hearing when we return on 99.5 The Fan.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in the Center.
At Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we're not just any financial institution. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial family. Seaplant has been serving our community for over 70 years, and we're proud to be a part of your financial success. If you live, work, worship, or go to school in Western Kentucky, come see us so you can experience the Seaplant difference. Learn more at seaplant.com. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Has your team started on cold from outside? Is the opposing team hot from everywhere? Then visit MrCool.com today. You'll find heating and cooling solutions your home needs, like with our flagship DIY mini split heat pumps. Perfect for your garage, office, or with our 5-zone system, your whole home. It's really up to you. You're the play caller at your house, right? Right? Visit MrCool.com today for your HVAC needs and beat discomfort with the full core press from an innovative Mr. Cool HVAC system.
At Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we're not just any financial institution. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial family. Seaplant has been serving our community for over 70 years, and we're proud to be a part of your financial success. If you live, work, worship, or go to school in Western Kentucky, come see us so you can experience the Seaplant difference. Learn more at seaplant.com. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
When Kit Mo started up, making sure you had what you needed for whatever job you were doing, gas was about 36 cents a gallon. You could mail a letter for 6 cents, 8 tracks were fresh and new, and lava lamps were the big hot thing. 50 years later, it's a lot different now, except for Kit Mo. When you got a job to do, you can get what you need to get it done at Kit Mo Rental, Sales and Service, Construction Equipment and Supplies. Yeah, even 50 years later, you still get Mo at Kit Mo. Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Is it time for some new floors? Is the living room no longer living it up? Is the foyer now forbidden to be seen? Flooring America can help, especially right now during Flooring America's giant vinyl plank flooring sale, with pricing starting out as low as $2.65 a square foot. That's right, $2.65 right now for vinyl plank flooring. Professional installers, fully insured for integrity, quality, and professional service. Flooring America at 5150 Heartland Drive in Paducah.
You don't think about your roof until it starts leaking. Don't wait until that happens. If you haven't replaced your roof in the last 5 years, like most homes in the area, you need to take a look. But don't let Dad or Grandpa Joe get up on the ladder. You need a professional. Get a free inspection from Resistant Roofing. A repair or replacement now could save you in the long run. And you want someone you can trust with the roof over your head. Resistant Roofing started here, operates only here, and will continue to be here for their neighbors. Call Resistant Roofing today. 270-534.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in La Center.
Both teams take the floor as we get you set for this boys matchup tonight between McCracken County and Marshall County. That's coming up in about 20 minutes or so right here on 99.5 The Fan. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumbler. Rough night for the Lady Mustangs as they fell earlier tonight. The final score, 65-42. Let's take a look at the final scoring for that one. And with that, once again, Jimmy Garrett.
So taking a look at Marshall County first, the leading scorer tonight for the Lady Marshals, Addie Wall. She ended up with 21 points. The second leading scorer tonight for Marshall County was Kinsley Terry. She ended up with a total of 15 points. The remaining scorers tonight for Marshall County, Adeline Sandler, she ended up with 6 points. Lakin Schroeder, she had 2. Skylar Waller, she ended up with 7. Tig, she ended up with 4. And then Laura Knowles, who came in there late in the game, she ended up with 2. Taking a look at the Lady Mustangs tonight, looks like 7 different Lady Mustangs scored in tonight's game. Leading scorer tonight, only Lady Mustang in double digits. Reagan Hill, she ended up with a total of 10 points. She put up 8 of those in the second half. The second leading scorer tonight for the Lady Mustangs, Ashley Ward, the only senior on this team, 9 total points. She made 3 3-pointers, 2 in the first half, 1 here in the second half. The other 5 Lady Mustangs that scored tonight, Abby K-Spear, she had a total of 5. A Skater Hauser, she hit a 3-pointer there late in the fourth quarter. She had 3. Ava Hughes, a little bit of a quiet night tonight. She ended up with a total of 7. And then Anna Hammonds, the other starter for the Lady Mustangs, she ended up with a total of 4 points. All 4 of those points coming from the free throw line tonight. One of the things is, Eric, I want to note here in the second half in particular, it looks like the Lady Mustangs took about 20 free throws in that second half. That amounted to a big majority of the points. So overall for the Lady Mustangs, they did a good job getting that ball inside, picking up fouls, and getting to the free throw line. But tonight, Eric, we got to give a shout out to the Lady Marshals. Between Addie Wall and Kinsley Terry, they did just a great job. The 2 of them combined for a total of 36 of those 65 points for the Lady Marshals.
That's right. Is overall a great performance for Marshall County and a good comeback for McCracken County, trying to really overcome just a struggling start out of the gates against just a brutal press. And I say brutal with all sorts of respect. When you have all that length, all that speed that Marshall County possesses, they were able to set the tempo and the pace early.
Yeah, Eric, they did. I mean, you take really that first 4 minutes of that first quarter, And the Lady Marshals, they just had the Lady Mustangs kind of stunned. They just seemed stunned at how fast they were scoring those first 12 points that they put up on the board. And a big part of that, like you said, Eric, was the press. The Lady Mustangs, you know, it's the second game. Henderson County did a very similar thing here last Friday as they had that full court press on the Lady Mustangs, and they were struggling to break that press. And, you know, Eric, the way to do that, we witnessed that last year with the boys from the Mustangs, is you've got to be able to pass the ball over top. You've got to be able to find that open player down the court and not pick your dribble up and get double teamed. Otherwise, it's going to result in a turnover. And Marshall County was doing that to the Lady Mustangs in that first quarter, and it resulted in a lot of turnovers. It resulted in a lot of easy points for Marshall County, and it just got the Lady Mustangs back on their heels. So, like I said, Eric, the thing I feel good about is getting down 19 points in the first quarter and then only losing by 23 makes the statement that, you know, you kind of gathered yourself back up and played a sound 3 quarters that were left in that game. That's a big positive for the Lady Mustangs.
Absolutely. As we get you set for the boys matchup to come, when we come back, we'll put a bow on the girls matchup, talk with Coach Scott Simmels, and look ahead to the boys matchup between the Marshall County Marshals and the McCracken County Mustangs. That's all coming up. 99.5 The Fan.
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Darren Rudolph with Baird Private Wealth Management in Paducah. As a provider of trusted financial services in Paducah, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like United Way and West Kentucky Fellowship of Christian Athletes, because we care about Paducah. Discover the Baird difference. Visit paducah.bairdwealth.com.
Thanks to our highly skilled and compassionate team, Baptist Health Paducah has received a national 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This means that no other regional hospital and only 4 other hospitals across Kentucky can provide the levels of safety, quality, and patient experience that you'll find with us. All-Star Team, 5-star care. Only at Baptist Health Paducah. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in La Center.
You don't think about your roof until it starts leaking. Don't wait until that happens. If you haven't replaced your roof in the last 5 years, like most homes in the area, you need to take a look. But don't let Dad or Grandpa Joe get up on the ladder. You need a professional. Get a free inspection from Resistant Roofing. A repair or replacement now could save you in the long run. And you want someone you can trust with the roof over your head. Resistant Roofing started here, operates only here, and will continue to be here for their neighbors. Call
.42. Chatting now with the head coach of the Lady Mustangs, Coach Scott Simmels. And Coach, overall, a tough start for your ball club, falling behind 21-2. You made some adjustments in that second quarter. From that point on, much better contest for your club. What was your message in the postgame?
Well, we just talked about we got to start the game off a little bit better than we have against Henderson and also against Marshall. They came out and pretty much just took control early. And we didn't do a very good job I felt like our kids were stunned in a lot of ways, on our heels passively, not doing the things that we do in practice every day. I think the missed couple of layups early didn't set a very good tone for us. But you got to give Marshall a lot of credit. They shot the lights out. I mean, they shot the ball very well in the first half. We just didn't do a very good job of bouncing back, and I had to change from our normal matchup zone to a man-to-man. I felt like our man-to-man was good at times, It's probably the most we played man-to-man in 4 years, but I felt like our bench played very well, but we're not going to win against good quality teams like Marshall if our starting five only scores 2 points in the first half of any game we play going forward. So we emphasize that in the locker room. We know that we've got growing pains. We know that we've got some good, really good kids that are having to grow up as a freshman, even a sophomore, or even we've got kids that have to play a role that they're not used to playing. And so that's just part of the growing process, and our coaching staff is trying to be very patient with our kids. And we know that our ultimate goal is to be better come February and March. That's our ultimate goal, but we just ask our kids that one question: can we play against this team again when we see them here at the end of January?
Yeah, and one of the things is, Coach, I got to say, we talked about it on the air. You got down by 19 points in the first quarter, but the next 3 quarters you played even up with them, 4-point difference in the next 3 quarters. So, that was one of the things that we talked about on the air was you made a nice adjustment there between the first and second quarter, and your team did regain that confidence. And one of the things that we noted, they played a lot better defense, a lot more aggressive defense.
Yes.
So, you mentioned there that man-to-man, that must have been a big change you made between those 2 quarters, because you definitely could see the difference. Scoring-wise, you slowed Marshall down. And then finally, talk a little bit about the offense. There in the second quarter, the team seemed to slow down a little bit, be a little more patient, get some good shots off, where in the first quarter, to be honest, I think they only got 5 shots off in the entire quarter. So what changes did you make there in the second quarter to get that offense moving forward?
Well, I commended in the locker room a while ago Ashley Word's performance tonight. That was probably her best game as a Mustang on a varsity level game that she's had in 4 years. I mean, she's had to play behind one of the greatest of all times at our school in Claire Johnson. But I felt like she came off the bench tonight, played tremendous defense, but she also made her open shots, and she had 9 points. It could have very easily probably made a couple more threes. I felt that her performance tonight off the bench was terrific. And, I challenged her after the game that now we've got to see the same thing again come Saturday. But we've got to, we emphasized, after the game, do you know what your role is on this team? What do you bring to us in a positive way, both offensively and defensively, that's going to help us in our next game? So, as a staff, we know that our schedule is not easy. We know that we got some games that are very winnable, but we also have games like this tonight that, we've got probably 10, 12, 13 of those games on our schedule that are very, very competitive. But again, we allowed their post presence to score way too many points early. We got a little bit better, but again, we're putting a lot of young kids in positions that they've never been in before. Yeah. And so as a staff, we're just trying to be patient as possible. I know I am. And that's just part of it. And the thing is, only having one senior it helps us not only this year, but for next year as well. So when we play teams like Marshall, we're going to be ready to go. So we'll have them again in January and hopefully play a lot better.
Yeah. One thing is, Coach, too, let's talk about for a moment, one of the things Henderson County did last Friday, and then unfortunately Marshall did they put in that full court press at the very beginning of the game, and it seems like for the girls it seems to stifle them a little bit on how to break that full court press. They did look a little better there at the beginning of the third quarter, and passing the ball over top and getting it down court to the open player. And so talk a little bit about that, of how you're working with this young team and really enabling them to be able to break that press.
Well, I promise you, we work on press offense every day in practice. But sometimes maybe it's hard to scheme up against that type of pressure that we haven't seen. The last 3 or 4 years, guys, y'all know this, we've had some talented players, even role players, and we were able to really scheme that in practice and kind of simulate that. We know, and I told them after the game, I says, do you know that all the coaches in our areas, we switch film. We also sometimes switch scouting reports. And I promise you, one of the biggest things is, they're young, they're a bunch of ponies. Hey, go after them physically, they'll throw the ball away. And tonight, we looked good at times, and lots of times tonight, we threw the ball everywhere. So we got to do a better job of that. I asked them after the game, am I coaching you hard enough? What can we as a staff do to make us better? And they'll respond to us. We have a great group of girls. They're very approachable. They want to listen and learn. We had a bunch of girls go over and watch Graves and Callaway play, and they always ask good questions. They're always watching film. So we've got our team is engaged. We just got to figure out our roles better. We got to ask more from some other players on the team. And again, we played all 12 girls tonight. So that may be a thing all year long, is that, what 5 can we consistently put on the floor and give us a chance to win?
Overall, it was a night in which you work to get better, and that's what you're doing in this early part of the season. As you work towards the middle part of the season into January and then the latter part of the season in February, you talked about it with us in our first interview. There's going to be these kind of nights. It's just shaking it off, learning from it, and getting better.
And the thing is, we will get better. But, again, I want to commend Marshall and Coach Beth and their staff. They came out and shut the lights out, really the whole first half. But take that first quarter away, it's pretty much an even game, the last 3 quarters. So we'll get better. We'll learn from it. And what's good about basketball, we'll get to play again come Saturday night. So we'll see what happens.
Well, Coach, appreciate it as always, my friend.
Yes, sir, my friend. Thank you very much.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
all
sir,
right,
buddy. Go Mustangs.
That is the head coach of the Lady Mustangs, Coach Scott Sibbles. When we come back, we'll take a look at the boys' matchup tonight between the Marshall County Marshals and the McCracken County Mustangs. All when we return. 99.5 The Fan.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in the Center.
At Seaplant Federal Credit Union, we're not just any financial institution. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial family. Seaplant has been serving our community for over 70 years. We're proud to be a part of your financial success. If you live, work, worship, or go to school in Western Kentucky, come see us so you can experience the Seaplant difference. Learn more at seaplant.com. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Do you avoid going to the doctor because of all the hassle? Figuring out your copay, your deductible? Will your insurance even pay for this? Is this provider in your network? There's no hassle at Estes Chiropractic. The Back Brothers. They cut their fees so they could cut out the middleman. The Back Brothers dropped their fees enough so they don't have to fool with insurance. And neither do you. They don't do insurance at Estes. They just take good care of you. Give Paducah's Back Brothers a call. Estes Chiropractic, the Back Brothers.
Merry Christmas from your friends at Pizza Inn. Pizza Inn invites you to celebrate the holiday season at your favorite all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Pizza Inn offers the area's largest salad bar, hearty pastas, and delicious desserts with enough variety to satisfy everyone. And while you're out, go ahead and pick up some gift certificates for those stocking stuffers. Carry out, delivery, and even catering. Pizza Inn, always your home for the holidays. Family owned and operated. 1001 Joe Clifton Drive, Paducah.
Back here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena as the roar of the crowd overfilled the arena as both these teams took the floor for the final time tonight before tip-off. A wonderful ovation for both sides as McCracken County and Marshall County getting set to square off. A wonderful crowd for a Thursday night. A whole lot of people made their way out to Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena for the matchup tonight. As it's Jimmy Garrett alongside me, I'm Eric Chumler. Let's take a look now Brandon Clifton, Allstate Insurance for Success. And, Jimmy, I'm going to let you reel them off over the next 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
All right, so let's take a look at it. One of the things is, Eric, if we were to go over the stats tonight for Marshall County, it looks very similar to the Lady Marshals. Very good shooting team overall, 52% from the field overall, 37% outside the arc, and 60% from the free throw line. So when you look at this Marshall team, they're very, very similar to the game we just witnessed between the Lady Mustangs and the Lady Marshals. So to be honest with you, it's a very similar type of keys to success. I think first thing the Mustangs need to do tonight is guard the perimeter. They really need to limit the three-point opportunities for this Marshall team. They've got several shooters. When you look at it overall, the shooters for this team on these starters, these guys are doing a great job. Tommy Robertson, who we know and name well, he's shooting at 50%. Kaiser Phillips will be starting. He's shooting at 47%. Nealon Jakez, he's shooting at 36%. And Matthew Lang, he's down there at 30. So you've got some shooters on this team. So guarding out there on the perimeter is going to be key. I think one of the things is, Eric, number 2 on this list is really limit the second chance points. You know, overall, when you know you're going to go up against a tough team like Marshall County, you can't allow them to get those second chance points. So tonight, for the Mustangs defense, particularly on the boards, they're going to have to be successful and keep this Marshall County team that's got a height advantage off the boards overall. I think the third thing is for the Mustangs is they've got to do a good job shooting out on the perimeter. You know, there's some shooters on this team. You know, Caden Fulcher's a good shooter. You got Jay Martin who can shoot. You got Dylan Jackson. So overall for the Mustangs, knowing that this is a taller team in Marshall County, playing inside the paint is going to be a little bit tougher. So the success that the Mustangs have out around the perimeter tonight is going to be a big difference in this ball game. And then overall, like I said, Eric, and this is very similar to what we talked about in the girls basketball game just a few hours ago, is this Mustang team, a young team on this court, only senior on the court, will be Dylan Jackson and a little bit of Jay Stolson from time to time. So you've got to keep your confidence up because you're going up against a really good team tonight in Marshall County.
It is the starting lineups for McCracken County and Marshall County. We will turn it over to the public address voice of Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena and Daryl Good.
It's time for the varsity police game. This varsity police game pictures the Marshall County Marshals and your McCracken County Mustangs. Let's meet the starting lineups first for Marshall County. A sophomore, number 22, Matthew Lang. A junior, number 2, Ryan Stokes. A senior, number 11, Alex Staples. A senior, number 15, Kaiser Phillips. And a senior, number 23, Tommy Robertson. And coach is Sawyer Donovan. Sophomore number 35, Max Tanner. A sophomore number 25, Peggy Archer. A sophomore number 4, Jay Martin. A junior number 24, Owen. And a senior number 5, Dylan Jackson. And coach is Mr. Roberts.
As that is the starting lineups for tonight. McCracken County and Marshall County on the boys' side. Should be a fun one tonight. Let us know you're listening on the C-Plant Federal Credit Union text hotline tonight. 270-557-8223. 270-557-8223. We'll shout you out courtesy of C-Plant Federal Credit Union. 7 counties in western Kentucky. Let them serve you. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumbler. Thank you for joining us tonight. Marshall County assessed a technical foul in the warm-up, and so Caden Fulcher misses the opening free throw. And so one more coming for Caden Fulcher. His second free throw is good, and so he gets the Mustangs on the board. And the technical foul free throws have been shot. The Mustangs will start with the basketball, and McCracken County leads it 1-0. It will be to inbound it Dylan Jackson, and we are underway as it goes into Fulcher, who will bring it into the front court for the Mustangs. He goes straight away to Tanner, hands it off now to Jackson towards the right-hand side, gives it back to Fulcher, to Tanner straight away, swung left side to Martin. Channel defense from the Marshall students. Martin on the right side to Fulcher, puts his dribble into a double team, brings it back out, and resets. Fulcher, straight up three, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the return come the Marshals. Lange into the front court, gives it on the left-hand side to Stokes. Not guarding him closely, Stokes using his left-hand dribble. Now goes straight away in the floor as that comes out to Phillips. Swung on the right-hand side to Robertson. Back on the left-hand side now to Staples. Staples puts the dribble down all the way to the rim, puts it up, no good, but he's fouled. And that's what Alex Staples does so well, is get to the rim.
Eric, we saw that last year out of Alex Staples. He is not afraid to take that ball in the paint. He's not that big a guy, but he's just got a quick first step. He kind of gets around the hip of his defender there, and then he can just drive him to the rim. And he did it right out of the start of this ball game right there, just outside the point.
Free throw is good from Staples. That makes it 1-1. One more coming. Second free throw is good. 2-1 Marshall County. The Marshals on top. Is 7:15 in this opening quarter. Jay Martin the other way for McCracken County as he goes on the right side to Fulcher. Fulcher straight away now as it goes left side to Martin. Martin using a right-hand dribble, crosses it over, spin move into the lane, puts one up, partially blocked by Lange. Back the other way come the Marshals. Lange into the front court, crosses it over, gives it back out. Robertson pump fakes, penetrates, stops, 5-footer, it's no good. Rebound tipped out, comes to the Mustangs. The Mustangs will bring it back the other way as it goes to Fulcher. Into the front court, he brings it, he stops, goes right side, Jackson, spot up three, got it! Dylan Jackson from deep puts the Mustangs up 4-2. 6:40 in this opening quarter. On the return, it's Ryan Stokes as he has it straight away. On the wing, he goes to Staples. Off of a screen, using a left-hand dribble. Down low, he feeds it. He turns into the lane, gives it back out. Staples penetrates into the lane, stops. Nice pass. Robertson underneath, puts it up and in. Tommy Robertson ties the game at 4. It comes the other way. Fulcher straight away to Max Tanner. As Tanner penetrates, stops, fadeaway, jumper's good. Max Tanner able to put the Mustangs back up by 2. 6-4.
So right now it looks like down here the Marshals have it down on the corner, number 11. Staples, he gets fouled. Looks like it's a foul against Dylan Jackson there. So now the Marshall County, they're going to get the opportunity set up in their half-court offense.
They were going to say a jump ball instead. Thank you for jumping in there as my mic came undone. It comes inbounds to Ryan Stokes. Gives it out now to Staples. Staples on the left side as it goes to Phillips. His three is good. A nice answer by Kaiser Phillips. Makes it 7-6 Marshall County. Jay Martin on the return for the Mustangs. He angles towards the right-hand side of the floor. Channel defense from the Marshall student section. It goes to Fulcher. Fulcher straight away now to Tanner. Swung on the left-hand side as it goes over to Grogan. Grogan back to Martin on the right-hand side. Martin, using the dribble. Goes to Tanner. Tanner, top of the key. Crosses it over a few times. Stops. Free throw line. Jumpers. Perfect. Max Tanner's 2 for 2. The Mustangs lead at 8-7. Back on the return is Marshall County. Backdoor cuts. Kicked out of bounds. It will go out of bounds off who? Think off the Mustangs. And it will be a couple of substitutions. The youngsters coming in, Garrett Miller and Aaron Adams for the Mustangs.
Oh, Eric, Max Tanner went to the bench here. I'm not sure I took him out. He was a hot hand there with those two 15-foot jumpers.
And so Marshall County the possession as it goes on the right-hand side. It is now swung cross court to Lange. Lange spins, his jumper rims in. Nice shot by Matthew Lange. Kind of a heave, but got it to go. On the return come the Mustangs. As it is going to be straight away, it comes to Adams. He swings it on the right-hand side to Miller now. Back to Adams straight away. On the left-hand side, Jackson, his three, no good. Air ball, rebound, out of bounds as it's off Marshall County. And that one just didn't seem like Jackson was fully comfortable.
No, Eric, you don't see that out of Dylan Jackson. He's one of the top shooters on this team. And not only was that an air ball, that ball was 3 or 4 feet short of the rim. It was surprising that somebody didn't get a hand on that. That's just unusual for Dylan Jackson.
And so the Mustangs trailing 9-8 as it goes to Lange on the right-hand side. Lange, nice spin move, stops, gives it now on the right side of Staples. He works himself into the paint, kicks it off left side. 3 from Phillips, it's good. Kaiser Phillips answers with his second 3, 12-8 Marshall County. On the return comes McCracken County. 4 minutes in this opening quarter. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumler. On the wing, it's Fulcher. Fulcher straight away to Aaron Adams. Now to Jackson. Actually, Adams going to throw it away. It goes out of bounds. It will go to Marshall County.
Pass that to the head official down there. Your old buddy down there sitting on the front row caught that.
That's right. And so it will go on back to Marshall County. The Marshals 12-8 lead, 3:53 in this opening quarter. So Marshall County to work it up. As it is the front court, Moeller. Moeller on the right-hand side. As Moeller gives it off, and it's knocked off of Lange. Chases it down at half court. Lange on the right-hand side, guarded closely by Adams. Lange into the paint, goes left side. 3 from Phillips. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Garrett Miller. The Mustangs push it the other way. Into the front court comes Miller. Into the lane, spins, double team, taken away by the Marshals. On the return is Stokes. Right-hand side, nice pass. Muller's layup is good. Caden Moeller finishes in transition. It's 14-8. Marshals by 6, 3:10 in this opening quarter. Martin, the return for McCracken County. Jay Martin gives it off to Fulcher. Chant of defense from the Marshall students. Fulcher 3, no good. Rebound knocks loose. It's controlled by the Marshals. On the return, it goes up the floor to Moeller. Now back it comes to Phillips straight away. Swung on the left side to Lange. Lange using a right-hand dribble, stops his 3. It's no good. Rebound comes long, though, to Marshall County. Nice pass underneath, layup up and in by Stokes. And that'll bring a timeout from the Mustangs. A great half-court sequence from the Marshals extends the lead to 8.
Yeah, Eric, this game quickly went from an 8-7 lead by the Mustangs to a 16-8-point deficit. So right there in a row, you got to give Marshall County credit. They put up a quick 9 points against the Mustangs. So, and it's really been down on the offensive end. They've been executing really well, getting the guys open out on the perimeter, making those 3-pointers. And there, that was just a nice interior pass in the lane to get an easy layup at the rim. So overall, you got to give Marshall credit. In the last, let's say, 60 to 90 seconds, they went from a 1-point deficit to an 8-point lead. So they really turned it up on the Mustangs. This Mustang team, they need to settle down here. You got 2 young guys on the court, in Garrett Miller and Aaron Adams, who we know are really good players. They need to settle down and help this team get back in this ball game quickly on this offensive series.
Jay Martin with it for the Mustangs. As Martin gives it off left side, that's to Garrett Miller. Now to Fulcher. Fulcher stops, looks, goes on the wing to Aaron Adams. Back out to Martin, 16-8. The Marshals on top, 2:20 in this opening quarter. Jay Martin straight away, crossover, gives it off right side. Jackson, his 3, got it.
Yeah, Eric, that's a Dylan Jackson we expect. So that was a great comeback after shooting that air ball last time. That was a nice shot by Dylan Jackson.
16-11, the Marshals by 5, 2 minutes in this opening quarter. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumler. Thanks for joining us tonight here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena. Straight away, it's taken away by the Mustangs. Garrett Miller on the steal, all the way to the rim, pump fakes, puts it up and in. Garrett Miller finishes in transition. It's a quick 5-0 run. It's 16-13, the Marshals by 3. On the right-hand side, it's Phillips. Now goes left side to Robertson. Uses a right-hand dribble. Straight away, it comes to Moeller. Swung onto the wing, it goes now Phillips. Phillips on the left side to Robertson. Spin move in towards the lane, stops, gives it back out. 3 coming from Moeller. It's no good. Rebound comes loose, comes out towards Dylan Jackson. Jackson gives it off to Fulcher. Into the front court. Fulcher in towards the lane, all the way to the rim. Off the glass, no good, but he's fouled. As that foul's going to be on Moeller, it will be Fulcher to shoot 2.
Yeah, Eric, and you know, after that 9-0 run by Marshall County, out of that timeout that Coach Roberts took, the Mustangs have come out on a 5-0 run, and with an opportunity here for Caden Fulcher to put 2 back in at the free throw line, they'll have a 7-point run coming out of this timeout.
Free throw from Fulcher is good. And so a chance for the Mustangs to cut it to 1. It will be one more from Fulcher, trying to cut it to 1. Second free throw is good. It is Marshall County by 1, 16-15, 1:15 in this opening quarter. Great game so far. Into the front court it goes to Muller. Swings it on the left-hand side to Staples. All the way to the rim. Puts it off the glass and in. Alex Staples on the return for the Marshals. Does what he does best. That makes it 18-15. Fulcher. Straight away it comes to Grogan. Left-hand dribble. Back to Fulcher. Pump fakes. Penetrates. Right side. Max Tanner. His 3. It's good. That ties it up for the Mustangs in 18. Tanner's got 7. 47 seconds in this opening quarter. On the right-hand side of the floor, it is Moeller. He waits and gets something from Coach Sawyer Donahue. Moeller hands it off, keeps it himself instead, goes on the baseline, and he's going to be cut off and fouled, as that foul's going to be on Fulcher on the baseline.
Eric, that was a good call, but I got to give Fulcher credit. He didn't let him get around him there and get an opportunity to run that down the baseline and make an easy layup. So that was a good, smart foul there by Caden Fulcher.
Marshall County with it as it goes into the corner to Phillips. Looking for the post, comes back out instead to Moeller. 28 seconds in this opening quarter, tied at 18. Goes into the corner as it is going to be Phillips. Step back 3, no good. Rebound comes out to Max Tanner. And will bring it up the floor from McCracken County to Garrett Miller. He stops, gives it back out to Fulcher. 13 seconds left. The Mustangs want the final shot. It is going to be Fulcher. As Fulcher, off of a screen, in towards the lane, picks up his dribble, stolen away by Marshall County, then knocked away, saved in bounds almost, but that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter to start this one. After the first quarter, we start it like we finish it. Tied at 18, and overall, Jimmy, both teams throwing some haymakers in that opening quarter.
Yeah, Eric, 2 big runs by both these teams. You know, it was even up there for the first, let's say, 4.5 minutes. These teams were right at McCracken County was leading 8-7, and then Marshall County came out there and put up that quick 9 points in about 90 seconds. Coach Roberts took that timeout, settled his team back out, and the Mustangs came out and put the next 7 points back on the board to get it to a 16-15-point game. And then ultimately they matched it basket for basket in that last 60 seconds to get this to an 18-18 game. So, you know, I like, Eric, what I've seen. You know, the Mustangs on the court tonight, a much younger ball team than what Marshall County is. We witnessed this same thing, Eric, on Saturday, where a much younger Mustang team was able to play even up with Butler County for about 3 quarters. And so here tonight, I like this start from the Mustang. Eric, one of the things you got to feel good about is Coach Roberts. He's able to put 2 more young guys on the court, and Garrett Miller and Aaron Adamson have the confidence that those young guys, freshmen and sophomore, can come out here and play good basketball against a quality team like Marshall County. So one of the things is, Eric, I like about this young Mustang team, it might be a young team, but there's a lot of depth on this team.
No doubt, and they are playing strong and hard here tonight. You love to see it if you are a Mustang fan, as they are going up against the very talented Marshals. The Mustangs start with the basketball as it comes to Tanner. Into the lane, a lot of contact. Short jumper is short. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the return, it is going to be into the front court, Ryan Stokes. As Stokes works towards the left-hand side, now goes straight away. As it comes now, it goes left side, knocked out of bounds by Grogan. It will stay with Marshall County.
Yeah, that was good defense there. Owen Grogan stepped in that passing lane. They were trying to get it in the corner for a quick 3-pointer, and Owen Grogan stepped in there and just tipped it out of bounds. That was a good interruption of that offensive play.
Marshall County the possession. Ryan Stokes works on the left side, goes off of a high screen using his right-hand dribble, gives it off on the left-hand side to Staples. Back out top, wide open is Jezik. His 3, no good. Rebound comes out to Martin. 7:20 in the second quarter. Up the floor it goes to Tanner. Tanner into the lane. His little running jumper, no good. Rebound out of bounds off McCracken County. It will go to Marshall County. 7:13 in this first half. Tied at 18 in what has been an interesting game so far. Both teams with big 9-0 runs in this game. Marshall County will work it into the front court. Walking it up is Ryan Stokes. Stokes guarded by Tanner. Gives it off on the right-hand side to Staples. Spin move into the lane, all the way to the rim. Takes contact, and he's fouled.
Oh, Eric, that was a close call there. Staples, as we know, he wants to drive that ball in. He was doing all he could, but I got to give overall credit. That was some pretty good defense by the Mustangs. That call could have went either way, went against the Mustangs, but I like the defensive effort.
It will be Marshall County to inbound it as it comes in to Stokes. Now back out to Staples. He works in. Nice spin move towards the low block. Lost it for a moment. Gets it back. May have traveled with it. In fact, he did. It will go back to McCracken County.
Eric, that was a good call. They called travel. I'll be honest with you. Just before that, I think he actually double dribbled there. So either way, that should have been coming the Mustangs' way. It was good the official picked it up on that travel call.
As it will be McCracken County to bring it up. Jay Martin crosses it over, gives it up on top to Grogan. Right-hand dribble, crosses it over into the lane, gives it out, and it's poked away. It's going to be saved inbounds off of Marshall County. It will go to McCracken County. Mustangs to inbound it. And it's tied at 18, 6:38 in this second quarter. Jay Martin on the right-hand side as he gets a screen from Adams. Jay goes straight away to Jace Dawson. On the left side, it's to Grogan. As Grogan gives it to Adams. Adams right side to Jackson. Jackson a baseline drive, spins in towards the lane. Pump fakes, puts one up. No good, but he's fouled. A great job by Dylan Jackson on the ISO move to the block.
Yeah, Eric, I like the determination there at Dylan Jackson. He was going to get that ball into the rim and get it up, and he did a great job there with a spin move to get around his defender to get that shot off. Ultimately fouled, but a good move by Dylan Jackson.
First free throw is good. Gives the Mustangs a 1-point lead. One more coming for Dylan Jackson. Into the Marshall County student section. Doing a great job making noise. Second free throw is good. Jackson makes them both. Mustangs lead by 2, 20-18. It will be bringing it up Ryan Stokes. As Stokes goes on the left-hand side to Staples. Staples, baseline drive, cut off, met by double team and stolen by Jackson. Jackson up the floor, hands it off underneath to Grogan. Up to the glass and puts it in. Nice transition sequence for the Mustangs who lead by 4, 22-18. Stokes, baseline drive, gives it off left side. Robertson's three, no good. Rebound, tipped around, comes back to Marshall County. Put back up, no good, but a foul is a nice job by Carson Lovett. He goes to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Eric, he came down with a nice offensive rebound there and put it right back up and got that foul against Caden Fulcher. I actually think, Eric, that might be the second foul tonight on Caden Fulcher. If that's the case, that's got to be a little bit of concern here midway through the second quarter.
As the first free throw is good. One more free throw for Lovett. No good. Rebound back to Marshall County, though, and that's going to be a foul on the floor on McCracken County.
Eric, they got outworked there. Tommy Robertson got inside of 2 Mustangs to come down with that missed free throw to keep it down here on Marshall County's end. That'll be something Coach Roberts will not be happy about.
Marshall County on the right-hand side, it's Alex Staples. Now underneath, as it is to Phillips. Now all the way to the rim. Nice job putting it up and in for Marshall County and finishing at the rim by Lange. He's got 4. Mustang lead down to 1, 22-21. As Grogan spins in toward the lane. Gives it off right side to Jay Martin. Pump fake, penetrate. His floater in the lane, short. Rebound comes back out. It's going to come away a 3. It's perfect for McCracken County straight away.
It's Carter Halls, Eric, that puts that up.
As a blocking foul on the other end goes against the Mustangs on a 50-50 call. That brings the ire of Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena.
Eric, I'm going to give that a 60-40. I'm not going to give that a 50-50. I'm going to favor that a 60-40 in favor of Dylan Jackson. I think Dylan Jackson was set there, and Alex Staples ran right through him. It went Alex's way, but I'm going to give that a 60-40 call.
as the free throw is up and good by Alex Staples. And that's what makes Alex Staples so hard to guard, is his penetration to the rim, as we talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we witnessed it last year down at Marshall County, and he's a talented young man at taking the ball to the hoop.
Second free throw is good. That makes it 25-23. The Mustangs by 2. 5 minutes in this second quarter. It is going to be into the front court. Jay Martin goes on the right side to Grogan. Pump fakes, puts the dribble down, stops, gives it out. Dylan Jackson, straight away, 3, no good. Rebound comes out to Marshall County. The Marshals on the turn. It's going to be over to Lange, in towards the lane. Backs himself in, stops his jump shot. It rims out. Rebound fought for, controlled by Diaz. The Mustangs have it, give it to Martin. 4:39 in this second quarter. Mustangs by 2. Martin straight away with it, now sets up in the half court for the Mustangs. Jay gets a half-court set from Coach Roberts. Martin on the right-hand side. Thought about the 3, puts a dribble down, goes down in the post, poked away and stolen by Phillips, knocked loose, taken away by the Marshals. On the return comes Staples, in towards the lane, goes to the rim, puts it up and in. Alex Staples once again finishes at the rim. We're tied at 25. 4:13 in this second quarter. Feels like March in here tonight.
It does, Eric. I'll be honest, this is a heck of an atmosphere, and this is a much, much better game than I would have originally imagined.
As it comes left side, Carter Halls is 3. That's good! Carter Halls again! Back-to-back threes, 28-25. On the right-hand side, it goes to Phillips. His long 3, that's good! It's raining threes here tonight in Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena. 28-28, 3:41 in this second quarter. What a matchup we have tonight between two of the region's best in a loaded first region. Jay Martin goes into the corner. Dylan Jackson's 3, no good. Rebound back to Diaz. He puts it up. It's no good. Fought for by Jackson. Goes up, no good, but he's fouled, and that's the heart of Dylan Jackson.
Yeah, Eric, he was in there battling. I mean, Dylan's only 6 foot tall, and they got some big guys in there. Lange was in there, and he was able to come down with that rebound, try to put it back up against the glass. Ended up getting to the free throw line, but nice effort there by the Mustangs. They came down with 2 offensive rebounds on this series.
First free throw's no good from Dylan Jackson. Garrett Miller will check in. One more free throw coming for Jackson. With 3:22 in the second quarter, tied at 28. Looking into the Marshall County student section, the free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2. That makes it 29-28. The Mustangs by 1, 3:18 in this second quarter. On the wing, it's Stokes. As Stokes, a lot of contact with Lange. Baseline drive, nice pass. Phillips, jumper's good. That gives the Marshals a 1-point lead. That gives Phillips with 11. 30-29, Marshall County. 3:03 in this second quarter. Mustangs into the front court, Jay Martin. As Martin, using a right-hand dribble, gives it off to Carter Hall. Straight away now to Garrett Miller. Miller in the corner to Martin as Jay goes off of the screen. Works on it as he's guarded by Phillips. Martin all the way to the rim. Up and under. No good, but he's fouled. They're going to say that was on the floor. And so the Mustangs will have it underneath their own basket. Mustangs trail by 1. As it is going to be the Mustangs will inbound it underneath their own basket. Checking in for McCracken County, going to be Owen Grogan. And Dylan Jackson getting a breather for the Mustangs. 2:43 here in this second quarter. Mustangs will inbound it. Jay Martin to do the honors as he gives it in to Garrett Miller. Mustangs trail by 1. Jay Martin straight away. As Jay uses the dribble, works towards the right-hand side of the floor. Jay works in towards the lane, gives it off. Carter Hall's his 3. This time no good. Rebound comes long off Marshall County. It will go to McCracken County. Aaron Adams will check back in for the Mustangs and give Jackson Diaz a breather. 2:24 left in the second quarter. Mustangs trail by 1, 30-29. And it will be the Mustangs to inbound it as it comes into Jay Martin. Jay using the dribble idly out top. Works to the right side, hands it off to Miller. A weave out top now to Halls. Straight away to Adams. As Adams gives it up now to Fulcher. Fulcher to Martin. 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Mustangs slowing it down tremendously now as Martin goes left side to Adams. Baseline drive by Adams. He's cut off, knocked out of bounds off Marshall County. It will stay with the Mustangs. Mustangs will inbound it underneath their own basket. Carter Halls to do the honors as it comes in to Aaron Adams. Adams gives it off to Martin. Martin gets a half-court set from Coach Roberts. Jay Martin using the dribble, goes left side to Halls. Pump fakes, puts the dribble down. Jay Martin now puts the dribble down himself into double team, and he is going to be tied up. Jump ball will go to Marshall County.
Eric, that was unfortunate. Jay made a good drive there. I think if he'd fed that ball back out to the perimeter, Garrett Miller was open out here on the right-hand side. It was unfortunate he didn't get a chance to get that out to Garrett Miller.
It will be Marshall County the possession. As it goes on the right-hand side, that is towards Staples. Now on the left-hand side, it goes to Moeller. Into the lane. Shot put up and in. Nice job by Stokes. The Mustangs trail by 3, 32-29. It will be Jay Martin into the front court. Mustangs slowed it down a bit. That's taking them out of a little bit of an offensive sink. As it comes down to Adams. Left side to Grogan. As Grogan into the corner to Garrett Miller. Miller crosses it over. Turns, gives it out to Adams. Now to Jay Martin. Jay goes on the left-hand side to Garrett Miller. As Miller goes in the corner to Grogan. Grogan straight away to Adams. Puts the dribble down back to Grogan. His spot up three, way off. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the return come the Marshals, leading by 3, 32-29. 20 seconds left in this second quarter. And credit to Marshals. Ever since Dylan Jackson went out with the 2:40 mark, they've held the Mustangs scoreless. Down to 12 seconds. Down to 7. Lange on the wing, off of a screen. Works himself into the lane. Turns, fade away, jumper's good. A great shot by Matthew Lange to end the quarter as we go to the halftime locker room. The Marshals lead the Mustangs 34-29. When we come back, the first half scoring, your Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments all next. 99.5 The Fan.
You don't think about your roof until it starts leaking. Don't wait until that happens. If you haven't replaced your roof in the last 5 years, like most homes in the area, you need to take a look. But don't let Dad or Grandpa Joe get up on the ladder. You need a professional. Get a free inspection from Resistant Roofing. A repair or replacement now could save you in the long run. And you want someone you can trust with the roof over your head. Resistant Roofing started here, operates only here, and will continue to be here for their neighbors. Call Resistant Roofing today, 270-534-5556.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Keppel.
Is it time for some new floors? Is the living room no longer living it up? Is the foyer now forbidden to be seen? Flooring America can help, especially right now during Flooring America's giant vinyl plank flooring sale, with pricing starting out as low as $2.65 a square foot. That's right, $2.65 right now for vinyl plank flooring. Professional installers, fully insured for integrity, quality, and professional service. Flooring America at 5150 Heartland Drive in Paducah.
It's fall, y'all, which means bonfires. Ooh, stinky bonfire clothes. Football. And your kid's dirty football pants. He was literally rolling in the mud. Or your one true love, the pumpkin spice latte that you spilled on your new clothes. Get all that nice and clean with a brand new Speed Queen washer and dryer from Purchase Appliances. Speed Queen machines are made in America, and Purchase Appliances services what they sell. Great quality, durable, long-lasting washers and dryers. Check out Speed Queen at Purchase Appliances in Paducah and Dameron's Appliance in the Center.
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Darren Rudolph with Baird Private Wealth Management in Paducah. As a provider of trusted financial services in Paducah, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like United Way and West Kentucky Fellowship of Christian Athletes, because we care about Paducah. Discover the Baird difference. Visit paducah.bairdwealth.com.
Thanks to our highly skilled and compassionate team, Baptist Health Paducah has received a national 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. This means that no other regional hospital and only 4 other hospitals across Kentucky can provide the levels of safety, quality, and patient experience that you'll find with us. All-Star Team, 5-star care. Only at Baptist Health Paducah. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/Paducah.
Craving wings that bring the heat? Buffalo Wild Wings has got you covered. Whether you're a fan of classic buffalo, sweet barbecue, or something in between, they've got sauces that'll make your taste buds dance. Enjoy wings and other great menu items while catching all the live sports action on B-Dub's big screens. Or get it to go. Just order online at BuffaloWildWings.com or get the free app. Wings, beer, sports. What more could you ask for at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Back here at beautiful Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena on the campus of McCracken County High School, where the Mustangs trail by 5, 34-29, as we sit here at the half, as McCracken County fell to a 6-0 run by the Marshals to end the half, going by 1 to down by 5. As we take a look at the first half scoring, with that scoring, we welcome back in Jimmy Garrett.
Taking a look at Marshall County, leading scorer tonight in double digits, Kaiser Phillips, total of 11 points. Second leading scorer tonight, Alex Staples, been driving that ball inside. He's got 8. The other scorers tonight from Marshall County, Matthew Lange, he's got 6. Carson Lovett, he has 1. Tommy Robertson, 2. Caden Moeller, 2. And Ryan Stokes with 4. So a total of 7 different scores tonight so far on the scorecard in the first half for Marshall County. Taking a look at McCracken County, so far tonight, 6 different Mustangs on the scorecard. Overall, the leader tonight, Dylan Jackson, with a total of 9 points. He's got 2 3-pointers and 3 shots from the free throw line. Second leading scorer tonight for the Mustangs, Max Tanner. He had a good 2 or 3 moments there in that first quarter. He knocked down his quick 7 points with 2 15-foot jumpers and then a 3-pointer as well to put up 7 points so far. The other scorer tonight, Carter Halls, who came off the bench tonight, 2 for 2 there, making 2 3-pointers in the second quarter for a total of 6 points. Caden Fulcher tonight, he's got 3. Garrett Miller, he's the other scorer with 2, as well as Owen Grogan, he has 2 as well. So tonight, Eric, pretty balanced scoring overall for the Mustangs, led by the senior Dylan Jackson.
We sit here courtside. It was overall a very entertaining first half here tonight. Let's take a look at the Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers. Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic Center, Central Avenue in Paducah. For the Mustangs, continue on your good man-to-man defense.
Yeah, Eric, I think the Mustangs played good man-to-man defense. I mean, overall, this is a tough team, the Marshall County. I mean, they've got 5 guys that you've got to guard them, and you know, Roberts had them in a man-to-man defense, and I think they did a nice job. A lot of guys were assisting each other. They were sliding over there, making sure they were cutting off the lane, and you got to do that, particularly with Staples, who we've talked about all evening, likes to drive the lane. So I like, Eric, how Coach Roberts set his team up defensively in a man-to-man setup. I think they did a good job, Eric, cutting Marshall County off and keeping this score close.
Also for McCracken County, on the pace offensively, it was more friendly for them, I would say, of that 16-minute first half, the first I'd say 14 minutes of that half. Last 2 minutes, a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, Eric, I think one of the things is the Mustangs played at that same pace that Marshall County wanted to play at, and it benefited them. They did a good job moving the ball around. They didn't turn it over a good bit in their half-court offense. They took a lot of good shots, a lot of good shot selection, and so I really liked it. Those last 2 minutes when the game was tied there, Coach Roberts, for whatever reason, decided to slow his offense down a little bit. Both times they had the ball in that last 2 minutes, they ended up turning it over, didn't get any shots off. That allowed Marshall County to put up that quick 6 points there in the last 2 minutes. So, unfortunately, Eric, I think slowing down that offense there in the last 2 minutes was detrimental to the Mustangs.
Also, for the Mustangs, take advantage of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, Eric, there were several times there, particularly in the second quarter, where the Mustangs missed that shot, but they were able to come down with the offensive rebound, but they weren't able to get it back up against the glass and convert it into points. Now, a few of those times, they went to the free throw line, but overall, Eric, when you get that rebound on that offensive end at the glass, you want to get it back up quick, get a quick score, and take it to the other end of the court. So the Mustangs doing a good job getting some offensive rebounds. They just got to be able to convert it to points.
And that is your Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic Center, Central Avenue in Paducah. As I look at the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline, go Marshals from the Marshall County Cheerleaders. They are listening tonight. We'll even give in shout-outs from the other side. Good to hear from you all. That brought to you by Seaplant Federal Credit Union. A lot of shout-outs to get to. We'll do that here in just a little bit. I want to get to one real quick. I didn't mention it in the first game. I want to give a shout-out to Sheila Davis listening in, one of our faithful supporters that listens night in and night out, supports the Mustangs in all sports. So shout-out to Sheila Davis listening as well. As we sit here high at top, Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, the Mustangs down by 5, but overall, as Lee mentioned, entertaining first half back and forth.
Yeah, Eric, I think this has been a great ball game. You know, it reminds me a little bit about Saturday. You know, Saturday we went up against Butler County, the number 12 team in the state, and, you know, really went thinking Butler County would dominate that. And the Mustangs came out of that game 32-32 at halftime. And to me, Eric, I've seen a very similar effort tonight out of the Mustangs in this first half. I mean, they had a number of leads. The lead went back and forth there several times in the first and second quarter. Had the lead really going into that last 2 minutes of the second quarter and then gave it up. Like I said, a little bit of a change of pace seemed to hurt the Mustangs. But overall, Eric, you got to feel good about it. Marshall County, as you and I know, is really one of the top teams in Western Kentucky in Region 1. And here again tonight, just like we saw last Saturday, this young Mustang team is able to play with them.
And so what will the second half bring? What will unfold? We'll know about that over the next 30 minutes or so. Sit back and relax. Let us know you're listening on the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline, 270-557-8223. 270-557-8223. And we will shout you out courtesy of Seaplant Federal Credit Union. 7 counties in Western Kentucky. Let them serve you. Jimmy, this should be fun.
This is going to be an interesting second half. I think for the Mustangs, Eric, they've got to come out here quick in this first 2 minutes. Not let this lead get any bigger than the 5 points here at halftime. They need to cut into this lead right off the bat and let Marshall County know this is going to be a competitive second half. So I think, Eric, the first 2 minutes of this second half, the Mustangs can kind of set a tone for how this game's going to go.
Steve Frick and Jane Ann Heath listening in. Good to hear from you all. Also, Ben Stokes says go Mustangs as well. That's on the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline here tonight, as it will be for this second half. The Mustangs to start with the basketball down by 5 as we get started here. The play is underway. Jay Martin will bring it up for the Mustangs. As Jay goes off of a high screen, works towards the left side to Jackson, now into the corner to Fulcher. Fulcher works towards the low block, gives it now to Max Tanner. He turns, gets his man in the air, goes to the rim, puts it up and in. Nice job by Tanner to finish at the rim. He's got 9 so far, 34-31 Marshals. Straight away, top of the key it goes. That is to Phillips. Knocked away, stolen almost. Marshall County gets it back, swung on the left-hand side. That is to Stokes. Baseline drive, gives it off on the right-hand side. Staples his 3, no good. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds off who? It's off the Marshals. It will go to the Mustangs.
Yeah, Eric, that was a good effort by Dylan Jackson to get inside there, and thankfully the Marshall player touched it last. For the Mustangs, Eric, they got the first 2 points on the board, cut it down to a 3-point lead. An opportunity here to race that 5-point lead altogether here on this series.
It will go to Jay Martin on the right-hand side as Martin uses the dribble to Dylan Jackson. On the block, it goes to Max Tanner. His fadeaway jump shot off the top of the backboard, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. The Marshals push it the other way. Into the front court. Backdoor cut goes to Lange. Underneath, his layup is good. Nice job by Matthew Lange to finish at the rim. He's got 8. The Mustangs on the return as Fulcher works himself towards a low block. As it goes right side, baseline move by Jackson, who finishes at the rim. Dylan Jackson's got 11. 36-33, the Mustangs trail by 3. As it comes now on the left-hand side to Lange. As it comes away, stolen by the Mustangs. Up the floor, Dylan Jackson, knocked away, and it is what? Oh, they're going to say out of bounds off McCracken. Now the officials come in to help that out. I think that's going to be reversed, and it is. It will go to McCracken County.
Yeah, that was a good call. I mean, personally, I thought it was a foul, but either way, it certainly should have been down on the Mustangs' end of the court. It was a good opportunity there for official to step in and make that change.
Max Tanner takes some contact, and he's fouled.
Eric, that was a makeup call.
It was. It will be the Mustangs to inbound it. As it comes down low to Owen Grogan, he turns, pump fakes, puts it up. No good, but he's fouled by Lange. Nice one-on-one battle. Grogan will go to the foul line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Eric, and these are 2 critical free throws. I said the first 2 minutes of this second half were critical for the Mustangs to cut that 5-point lead down. Here with Grogan just down 3 points, he's got an opportunity to cut into it some more.
Grogan's free throw is good. One more free throw coming from Grogan to cut it to 1. The second free throw by Owen Grogan. On the way. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. The Marshals lead it by 2. 36-34. 6:18 in this third quarter. The Marshals give it straight away now to Staples. He picks up his dribble. Goes now into the corner. That is to Stokes. He's going to take an open 3. No good. Rebound is going to be a foul down low. That's going to be called on Fulcher. And it will be on the rebound. So the Mustangs commit their first foul of the quarter. 36-34. Marshals on top with the basketball as Lange gives it off. Phillips, right side 3. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Controlled by Grogan. And he'll clear it to Martin. As Martin up the right sideline. Works baseline. Nice spin move to the rim. Blocked at the rim. And a foul on Marshall County. Quickly, 3 fouls in the first 2 minutes, 7 seconds for the Marshals. The penalty situation could be a possibility for the Mustangs before the quarter's over.
Eric, that could make a big difference with that 5-foul rule. So for the Mustangs, they could get a lot of free throws here in this third quarter. Marshall looks a little frustrated down there on defense.
As the free throw is good. One more for Martin. Second free throw is good. So Martin completes both, and that ties it up at 36. Marshall's on the return, as it is going to be on the right-hand side to Robertson. His open 3, no good. Rebound is fought for out of bounds off the Marshals. It will go to the Mustangs. So the Mustangs start the quarter on a 7-2 run, tying it at 36 right now. 5:38 in this opening quarter.
Eric, you got to feel right now the Mustangs are outplaying Marshall County so far since halftime. I got to give Coach Roberts credit. He tuned his team up at halftime. They've looked good so far in his first 3 minutes.
It will go on the right-hand side to Jay Martin. As Jay comes now straight away to Max Tanner. Off the wing to Jackson. Baseline drive. He slips, knocks loose, taken away by the Marshals. As Marshall County on the return. Into the front court, it's Ryan Stokes. Goes on the right side, now down low. And goes to Staples. Turns, puts it up and in, and he's fouled. A nice job by Alex Staples down low.
Yeah, Eric, and he's just got that move down pat. I mean, when he's inside the lane, he's going to push against this guy. He's got a quick trigger. I mean, he just flips around there. He can put it up against the glass. That's what he did there against Dylan Jackson. I mean, it wasn't bad defense at all. You just got to give all the credit to Alex Staples. It's just a great move.
As a free throw and one is good. So Staples, he's got 11. And Jay Martin will work it up the other way as he gives it off to Garrett Miller. Now out top to Dylan Jackson. At the free throw line to Max Tanner. In the corner to Jay Martin. He's going to take a spot up three. No good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. As it comes on the right-hand side, Kaiser Phillips into the lane. Reverse layup, no good. Nice Euro step, though. To draw the foul, he'll go shoot two. So Kaiser Phillips will go to the foul line. He's got 11 in the first half. His first free throw's good. One more free throw coming for Phillips. Second free throw is good. That makes it 41-36. The Marshals by 5, 4:48 in this third quarter. As Max Tanner goes on the wing to Grogan. Now straight away to Tanner. He takes some contact, keeps it. Now works into the lane, stops, gets his man in the air, up and under, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. As Lange. Now down low, Phillips layup is good, and that brings a timeout from Coach Dustin Roberts, and there's that run from the Marshals you knew would probably come sooner or later. 43-36, Marshall County.
Yeah, Eric, a quick 7-point run there by Marshall County. Now we saw this in the second quarter. They did the same thing, and Dustin Roberts, Coach Roberts, he took a timeout, settled his troops down, and came out and made a run of their own. So right now, Eric, he took that timeout. Very similar, if not identical, to what we saw in the second quarter. We need to see the same thing out of the Mustangs, is come out of this timeout, take this ball down the court, score, get a stop, get another bucket, and get back in this ball game. So this is a critical timeout here by Coach Dustin Roberts.
It is 43-36. The Marshals by 7. Both these teams have had extended runs. And the Marshals the latest to jump out to a 7-point lead after it was a 7-2 Mustang run. The Marshals answered again with one of their own. Probably not the last from either side. 4:22 in this third quarter. Mustangs will inbound it as it comes into Jay Martin, and play resumes. His man-to-man defense continues for the Marshals. Jay Martin goes on the wing to Dylan Jackson as he's guarded closely by Phillips. Spins, and he draws a foul, and that's going to be the fourth team foul on the Marshals.
Yeah, Eric, and I got to say one thing on Phillips. That's his third foul here midway through this third quarter.
Mustangs will inbound it as it comes into Jay Martin. As Martin crosses it over all the way to the rim, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the return come the Marshals. As it comes into Lange, all the way to the rim. Euro steps, layup no good, but he's fouled. And a bit of a mismatch there. It ended up being Lange against Halls, and Lange will go to the foul line to shoot two.
Yeah, Eric, that's a 1 foot advantage
yes.
there to Matthew Lange. Unfortunate for Carter Halls. Standing probably, I'm going to give him 5'7" on a good evening here. We know Matthew Lange's up there around 6'5", 6'6", so huge 11, 12-inch advantage there for Lange.
As the free throw is good from Lange. One more coming from Matthew Lange to try to give him double digits on the night. Second free throw is no good. Rebound tipped around, comes back to the Marshals, Robertson. And the Marshals another chance here, as it is going to be on the right-hand side to Lange. Gives it now straight away as that goes to Lovett. Back towards the left-hand side to Robertson. Straight away it comes now to Moeller. On the right side, back to Lovett, as Lovett gives it now on the left-hand side to Stokes. Stokes using a left-hand dribble, guarded by Jay Martin. He brings it back towards half court, and the Marshals set up. As it is Stokes looking for a high screen, now knocks it away. Stokes goes towards the corner, hands it off to Moeller. As Moeller goes off of a high screen, into the corner now to Robertson. Puts the dribble down, stops, looks, gives it out now to Lange. As Lange crossover against Tanner. A lot of contact. Puts it up, no good, but he's fouled. That's going to be a blocking foul on Tanner.
Now, Eric, that was a 50-50 call there.
It was. It did not go the way of the Mustangs. And it will be Lange to shoot. As Lange's free throw is good. And Marshall, their biggest lead of the game, now at 9. 45-36. One more free throw coming for Lange. And it's good. 10-point lead, 46-36. The Mustangs trail at 3:05 in this third quarter. As it is going to be Fulcher going off the screen high top. He's going to take a spot up three. No good. Not in the sync of offense. The Mustangs right now starting to put up early shots as it goes to Lange. Pump fakes. His up and under shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Fulcher. On the return come the Mustangs. Fulcher left side goes to Max Tanner. He's going to take a spot up three. That's no good. It's wedged in the rim. And the Mustangs right now putting up no shots without passing and really getting stale on the offense.
Eric, they are. I mean, they went cold. I mean, you look just a few moments ago, this was a tie game, and now Marshall's got a 10-point lead. And those last two sequences, Caden Fulcher dribbled it down, pulled it up, missed a three-pointer. That was one pass to Max Turner. He missed a three-pointer. So the Mustangs need to settle down, and Marshall County's really going to take advantage.
As a foul on the baseline, I believe, is going to be on Jay Martin. And that will put Marshall County in the bonus, I think.
Yeah, it does.
And so it will be Lange to shoot the penalty. First free throw from Lange is good. And right now the Marshals are slowly extending this lead. And the second one is good. As it goes on the wing to Tanner. Now out top to Fulcher. As Fulcher crosses it over a couple of times. Goes on the wing to Jackson. As Dillon puts a dribble down in towards the lane. Forced one up. No good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. Mustangs really forcing shots last several sequences. All the way to the rim. Staples, and he's going to be fouled by Jackson. And you're just seeing two completely different offenses here late in this third quarter. The Mustangs getting a little bit selfish with their shot selection a little bit. The Marshals penetrating, passing, getting open looks.
Yeah, Eric, and you can see the frustration on the Mustangs. That was a frustration foul on Dylan Jackson there. He just reached in. I mean, that was an obvious foul. He really wasn't playing any good defense there. It's just like, I'm going to intentionally reach in there and slow Staples down. And so you see a little bit of frustration. But, Eric, I think the real frustration, like you said, is down on the offensive end. You know, the 2 3-pointers there by the Mustangs weren't good shots. And then Dylan Jackson, yeah, I love when he drives the ball there, but he had easily 2 and really a third. Marshall sliding there in the lane. He didn't have an opportunity to get a good shot up, and he put it up anyway, and it came up short. He didn't pick up a foul, and it came Marshall's way, and now Marshall's going to be on the free throw line. So, you know, really you take the last 3 sequences the Mustangs have had on offense, they've really had 3 poor shots in a row and come away with no points whatsoever. And down here on the Marshall end of the court, Marshall just continues, Eric, every chance they've had here in the third quarter, they put points on the board.
And so it is a 12-point Marshall County lead now. And the one thing about this Marshall County Marshall Club, while they have given up a couple of pretty extensive runs to the Mustangs, in a fourth quarter ball game, you have such strong ball handlers. If they want to slow it down and stretch it out and use some clock, they're very talented with it. It takes them out of their preferred kind of offensive flow, but they are a team you don't want to get down by too much.
No, and right now you're down 12 points, and with 2 minutes left here and 8 minutes left in that fourth quarter, I mean, you got basically 10 minutes on the clock, and you're down 12 points. So, and they're at the free throw line, so this easily could be a 14-point lead before the Mustangs get the ball back.
Free throw is good for Staples. Second free throw also good. And so Staples makes them both. And the Marshall lead is 14, 50-36, minute 50 in this third quarter. As it comes out, it is going to be a foul on Marshall County. A little bit aggressive play there by Staples. That's going to send the Mustangs to the foul line.
Eric, this is the easiest way to cut into this lead and not lose any time is to be able to make these free throw shots. So right now for Caden Fulcher, an opportunity to take 2 points off this lead with Marshall County with the clock stopped.
As the free throw is good. One more free throw coming for Fulcher. And it's good. 50-38, the Mustangs trail by 12 with a minute 46 in this third quarter. As the Marshals have it, it'll be Tommy Robertson to bring it up. Now he hands it off to Caden Moeller as he comes up the right sideline with it. Goes off of a high screen. Goes now to Lange. Lange, baseline drive. He gives it out now as it's to Staples. Staples to the rim, off the glass, puts it in, and he's fouled. The patented Staples move of getting to that rim.
Is that like the staple of his game?
That's right.
Is that what you want to? Is that what you're trying to say there, Eric?
That's the truth.
And there is no doubt about it. I mean, you can see it coming, and he just does a great job.
You and I just admire his game so much.
Yeah, you know, last year we witnessed this, and here again he is this year with that same just ability to drive the ball to the glass.
As the free throw is good by Staples for the and one. As Jay Martin for the Mustangs. As Jay gives it off out top to Adams. Now to Miller as he gives it off now to Martin. Jay splits between a double team and he's fouled. That'll send Jay to the foul line to shoot two. Jay made two at the foul line earlier in this quarter. He'll have two here. Trying to cut the lead to 14-13. First free throw by Jay is no good. One more for Martin. Second free throw by Jay Martin is good. He makes one of two, gives him three on the night. And checking back in for the Marshals is Ryan Stokes. So the Marshals lead by 14, 53-39. Mustangs changing up their defensive approach, extending the pressure to three-quarter court. Marshals able to get it into the front court. Staples into the lane. Right side Robertson. His three. That's good as Robertson from deep. And the lead is now to 17, 56-39. As Martin gives it out to Grogan. Now left side to Dawson. His spot up three. That's good as Jace Dawson able to answer. 56-42. 44 seconds left in the third. Marshall County with the ball into the front court. It's a nice move put up and in at the rim by Stokes. Stokes has six. 58-42. 30 seconds here in the third. Nice move by Martin. Puts it up no good, but he's fouled, and he took a lot of contact and goes down hard. But nice sportsmanship by the Marshals and Mustangs. He's back up, and Jay will shoot two. He took a lot of contact there, and he's okay.
He did, Eric. It looked like his elbow hit the floor hard there, so he doesn't look shook up, so that's a good thing.
First free throw by Jay Martin. On the way, and it's good. Martin with one more, trying to cut the deficit to 14. Second free throw is no good. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds off the Marshals. It will go to the Mustangs.
Eric, that was a good effort by Jace Dawson. He was able to get inside there, and really it was the Marshall County player coming over his back that knocked that out of bounds. But either way, Jace Dawson was going to come down with that.
Dawson has it on the baseline. Gives it out to Grogan. To Martin. Jay Martin dribbling. Waiting for the last shot. Down to 10 seconds. Martin all the way towards the rim, off the glass, no good. And that will come to Marshall County. 4 seconds left, up the floor, Robertson. Nice pass, Staples at the buzzer, no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, Marshall County has opened it up a bit, 58-43, and really give credit to the Marshals. Mustangs started the quarter on a 7-2 run, but then Marshall County changed a few things, and they were able to really flex some muscle that third quarter.
Yeah, Eric, after the first 2 minutes of that third quarter, the Mustangs had got back in this game and got a lead. I really felt good about it. It looked like it was going to be a competitive second half, but from that 2-minute mark in this third quarter, that last 6 minutes, Marshall County's just taken over. Particularly, you know, you look at it on two ends of the court. Marshall's done a great job executing their offense, getting points virtually every time they bring the ball down the court. And for the Mustangs down on their half-court offense, it's just been the polar opposite since that 6-minute mark in the third quarter. Me and you talked about it. There was really 3 sequences there in one row where there was poor shot selection overall. Jay Martin's been driving the ball into the paint, trying to make something happen. He has been able to get to the free throw line and make some free throws. But overall, for the Mustangs, Eric, you got to say, from about that 6-minute mark on in that third quarter, the offense just seemed to be off and was not consistent at putting any points on the board.
So the task is tall for the Mustangs this fourth quarter. Not impossible, but they've got a lot to do on both ends of the floor.
They do, Eric. They got to get some stops. First of all, like I said, Marshall County has scored virtually every time down the court in this second half of the third quarter. So to get back in it, you got to score some points, but you got to get some defensive stops.
And so Jay Martin will bring it up. He gives it up to Dylan Jackson. He spins in towards the lane, takes some contact, and travels with it. It will go back to Marshall County. So the Mustangs needing some stops here in the fourth quarter. Not easy to do against this high-powered Marshall offense. As bringing the ball up is going to be Caden Moeller. Goes to Lange in the corner to Robertson. Puts the left-hand dribble down. Now goes offside to Phillips. Back out top, it's to Stokes. Marshall County, the possession. Nice spin move out top by Moeller. Gives it out to Lange. Puts a dribble down, works towards the rim. Floats one up, no good, but he's fouled. You and I also love the game of Matthew Lange.
We do, Eric. I think he's a talented young player here in Western Kentucky, man. He's just smooth overall. He's got the height. He's got a nice jump shot. You just like to see how well Matthew Lange plays. But I think one of the things, Eric, just to comment on there for a moment.
As the first free throw, no good.
Looked like Marshall County was slowing the offense down there a little bit. You talked about that earlier. They built this 15-point lead. Will they just try to slow it down here in the fourth quarter? It looked like that was what they were doing.
As the free throw is good. He makes one of two. And the Mustang deficit is 16. 59-43 as they force a pass down low. It's going to be picked off by the Marshals and then lost for a moment. Marshall County keeps it as Lange up the right side to Robertson. Robertson out top now to Stokes. Swings it on the left-hand side to Moeller. Moeller looking in, still looking, gives it out to Phillips. 7 minutes left in the game. On the left wing it goes is Stokes to the rim, but it's an offensive foul. A 50-50 call the way of the Mustangs. Nice job by Aaron Adams to take it.
Yeah, Aaron saw that cut play coming. He just slid down there to the baseline. He did a good job getting stationary and taking that foul there. So it was a good job by the young freshman and Aaron Adams.
As Jay Martin for the Mustangs. Picks it up and loses it. It was through the hands of Jackson. All the way to the rim is Moeller, and that's an intentional foul. That can't happen if you're McCracken County. And then the technical follows it up. You just cannot do that. And that's going to bring Dylan Jackson to the bench to talk to Coach Roberts. Coach Roberts is bringing him out. Coach Shumpert chatting with him as well. You just cannot let your emotions in a game like this get out of hand. And the Mustangs did just then. It's going to be an intentional foul and then I think 2 technical fouls as they will go to the bench or to the scorer's table to discuss that. And if you're McCracken County, you need stops. You cannot afford an intentional foul and a technical foul, and that is exactly what the Mustangs did.
Yeah, Eric, and that started down on offensive end. Dylan Jackson turned that ball over, let it slip through his hands, and he got frustrated there. And so when he was driving down there, that's the second time he's really had a hard foul. That one much harder than the last one. You know you're going to get that called as an intentional foul. And then, of course, a Marshall player slid over there and kind of got in his face about that intentional foul, and then a little bit of pushback there. So overall for Dylan Jackson, a little loss of composure here in the last 30 seconds. That's unfortunate. He's the senior leader on this team. We've not seen him have those kind of issues too often, but here tonight he's getting a little bit of frustration in this latter part of the game.
And so the bad part for the Mustangs, you need stops, and now you're going to give them quite a few free throws and the possession when you're down 16. And a night in which the Marshall County student section just did the ultimate trump card on the Mustang student section with the scoreboard chant. It's not a good night if you're a Mustang.
No, it isn't, Eric. You know, we know this is going to be a challenging basketball season for both the Lady Mustangs and the Mustangs young teams. So, but there's a lot of talent. I think one of the things is, Eric, I feel good about both these programs. There's a lot of talent in the younger groups, freshmen and sophomore in particular, both on the girls basketball team and the boys basketball team.
And so they are going to give the intentional foul to Dylan Jackson. And I believe he is done for the night with the intentional and technical. And so Dylan Jackson checks out. And now if you are the Marshals, you can put this one to bed with free throws and the possession and really open this one up against the Mustangs. As it will be Caden Moeller to shoot. His free throw is good. One more for Moeller. And it's good. So the intentional and technical on Dylan Jackson did in fact foul him out. So he has to check out for the final time. Now the Marshals will have it underneath their own baskets to inbound it as it goes in towards the right side to Staples. Gives it off. Now out to Moeller. Moeller on the right side to Robertson. Back out to Moeller. Gets all the way to the rim. The Marshals have opened this one up to a 20-point lead. What a second half by the Marshals. It comes over to Grogan. Left side to Adams. Puts the dribble down. Works towards the rim. And he draws the contact and the foul. My goodness, this was a 5-point game at the half. And almost 10 minutes of play later, it's a 20-point lead.
Well, Eric, 2 minutes into that third quarter, it was an even game.
Good point.
It was an even game, so really just in 8 minutes. Marshall County took this from an even game when the Mustangs came out after halftime and put up those 7 points and turned this into a 20-point lead in just 8 minutes. So unfortunate for the Mustangs to play a good first half, came out and did what they needed to do in the first 2 minutes of the second half, and then unfortunately have let this game get away from them since.
And so it'll be Carter Halls checking in for the Mustangs. Jay Martin checking out with 6:17 left. And I'm not sure what's going on.
I think they're saying this foul was on the floor and not in the act of shooting.
So the Mustangs will inbound it. So it comes into Aaron Adams. He takes a baseline drive, knocked away, stolen by the Marshals. As the Marshals in towards the rim, puts it up and in. Nice job by Alex Staples, and they are just opening it up. And then the Mustangs step inbounds on the inbounds, and it is becoming a rout. Mustang composure has just completely fallen off. As a three in the corner from Phillips, no good. Rebound to Lange, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Fulcher. Fulcher up the left sideline to Tanner. In the corner to Grogan. Wasn't quite ready for it. Out of bounds it goes off Staples. And it's just all systems failures right now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Eric, that's unfortunate really for Coach Roberts. I was surprised he didn't call a timeout there. I mean, Grogan just seemed to be lost down there in the corner. He didn't realize the ball was coming on that pass there. It was lucky that the Marshall County player touched it last year. It would have been another turnover by the Mustangs.
It will be Fulcher as he works towards a low block. Gives it out to Garrett Miller. To the rim, off the glass, no good. Tipped out of bounds off the Mustangs over to Marshall County.
Eric, I got a question. Mustangs scored in this fourth quarter yet?
They have not. 2 free throws. As it is in towards the lane. Now given out to Robertson. He stops. He's double teamed. And he's going to be fouled. 5:21 left in this fourth quarter. It's Marshall County by 22. 65-43. As it is inbounds to Marshall County. And then there's going to be a foul on the floor, as that will be, I believe, on Garrett Miller.
Eric, I didn't see that foul.
It was light, I would say. It was not much contact, but I didn't see too much there. It will be Lange to shoot 2. The first from Matthew Lange is short. He will have one more. Lange, his second free throw is good. So the Mustangs down by quite a bit as it goes in to Fulcher. Right side to Tanner. Tanner, 17-footer, got it. There's the end of the scoring droughts. As the other way it comes, and it's going to be a reach-in foul on Fulcher. And so Fulcher will check out. Jay Martin will check in. Caden Moeller to shoot. His first free throw is too strong. One more for Moeller, excuse me. As a free throw.
1560 WPAD Paducah and 99.5 FM translator W258 AM Paducah.
So Garrett Miller will inbound it as it comes into Jay Martin. As Jay into the front court, gives it out to Miller, crosses it over several times, spins into the lane, and that's going to be a foul on Marshall County. This game has gotten whistles on every end right now, and this fourth quarter is crawling by.
It is, Eric, and that first half was really clean play overall between these two teams, but since that 6-minute mark in this third quarter, this game's got uglier and uglier, not only for the Mustangs, but from a foul standpoint on both teams.
As it comes in to Tanner. He pump fakes. He gets to the rim, puts it up and in. Nice job by Max Tanner. 66-47. The Marshals in control. 4:25 left in the game as Lange in the backcourt. Gives it on the right side to Phillips, who crosses the timeline. Now goes on the wing to Staples. As Staples gives it back to Lange. A little bit of incidental contact with Phillips. As Lange goes to the rim, puts it up no good. Rebound comes back to Jay Martin. As Martin all the way to the rim. A lot of contact, offensive foul.
Eric, that was a good call there. I got to give the defender there from Marshall County credit. He got set up, and Jay was determined to take that on and put it up against the glass. And He just did a little too much there, and you got to give him credit from the official standpoint. That was a fair call.
And so the Marshals will have it. Marshall County to inbound it. And timeout is called. This fourth quarter is absolutely crawling.
Yeah, Eric, normally me and you go out and eat afterwards.
That's right.
We decided earlier in the game not to go out and eat tonight, and I got to admit that was a good decision.
And so if you are Marshall County, you are absolutely ecstatic with how you have executed on both sides of the floor this fourth quarter.
Yeah, particularly, Eric, like I've said, really you can back up into that third quarter and say these guys have played really, really good basketball for Marshall. I think one of the things is you got to give Marshall credit. They've got 5 players on the court who can score at all times, and they're doing a really, really good job overall moving the ball around offensively and just finding the open man. And when you got guys like Tommy Robertson and you got Staples who can really drive the ball, as well as Matthew Lange, and then how well these guys shoot the ball out on the perimeter, you and I came in preseason saying that one of the tougher teams to beat in Region 1 was going to be Marshall County. And I've got to give the Mustangs credit for a half and maybe 2 minutes in that third quarter. They hung with them, but since then we saw the Marshall County team that we expected to see this season really firing on all cylinders and doing an excellent job. So you got to say one thing, Eric. In Region 1, this Marshall County team is going to be tough to beat.
Indeed. It's a loaded region this year. And wide open. So the Marshals trying to get it across against full court pressure. 4 minutes left. As it goes on the right-hand side to Phillips. Now it's to Lange. As Lange goes on the wing towards Staples. All the way to the rim, up and under layup. No good. Rebound comes back to McCracken County. Left side, Jace Dawson. As Jace may have traveled with it, gives it up to Halls. He was close to traveling with it. 3:25 left.
You called both those perfect.
Goes left side, Carter Halls. His 3, no good. Rebound, fought for, and it's going to be a jump ball. That will go to Marshall County. I thought I saw that.
Yeah, Eric, you saw it both times. Jace Dawson, he wanted to shoot a three-pointer, and he didn't, but he'd already picked up his dribble.
That's what I thought.
And then when he passed it to Carter Halls, he kind of did a similar act, and both those guys probably could have got called for traveling.
Marshall County the possession as Lange will bring it across the timeline. As he goes on the left-hand side to Stokes. Stokes gives it up to Moeller. Moeller to Staples. And taken away by the Mustangs as Dawson goes on the right-hand side to Martin. Is Martin all the way to the rim, and I think he traveled with it. He did.
He did, Eric. That was 3 travels. One of them got called. So one of them we're going to get called somewhere. And for the Mustangs, they finally got a traveling call there over those last 2 sequences. So unfortunately, the ball's going to come back down to Marshall County here with just 2 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock.
As an outlet pass goes to Phillips. Phillips on the wing to Robertson. To Stokes. As it comes now on the wing now to Phillips. To Lange, all the way to the rim, punts it up and in. Nice half-court sequence there by the Mustangs. Lange finishes at the rim. Martin to Halls. Left side to Tanner. As Tanner's jumper, no good. Rebound to Miller. And now Martin's 3, no good. Miller to get to it, puts it up and in. Great job by Garrett Miller. Gives him 4. Marshall County with it on the left side as 95 seconds left. And there's a foul as that's going to be on the Mustangs. As that is on Jackson Diaz. And the Mustangs about to bring in some late game substitutions. As the first free throw from Lange is good. One more for Lange. As the second free throw is also good. And so Carter Halls gives it down the right side to Matcham. To Halls. Now to Boyd, but it's knocked out of bounds. And it will bring in a series of substitutions for the Marshals. That brings in as you can hear the Marshall students. Comes on the left side now to Boyd. As Boyd gives it to Halls. Halls, nice crossover into the lane. Puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. As Marshall County chases it down right before going back into half court. Moore straight away. As we have 45 seconds left. And then it's turned over by the Marshals. So we have, it is 40 seconds left. As it's knocked out of bounds. And the Mustangs will have their final possession most likely. As Carter Halls gives it up to Elijah Pullen. And taken away by the Marshals. And then a whistle. It's going to be a traveling violation. And it will be 21 seconds left, 70-49 our score. As the last sequence here for the Mustangs, as Boyd gives it up right side. Matcham's three, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. And they can use the final 10 seconds here. A big night for the Marshall County Marshals. They come into McCracken County tonight and get the doubleheader win tonight. Final score 70-49. Let's take a look at the final scoring for McCracken County tonight. And with that, it is Jimmy Garrett.
Taking a look at the scoring here from McCracken County tonight. Overall, the leading scorer from McCracken County, Max Tanner, started here tonight. He ended up with a total of 13 points. The only other Mustang in double digits tonight, Dylan Jackson, he had a total of 11. Taking a look at the rest of this list tonight, Jay Martin, he had 4. Aaron Adams, he had 1. Garrett Miller had 4. Owen Grogan had 3. Caden Bolcher had 5. And then at the bottom of the list here tonight, Jace Dawson, he ended up with 3. Carter Halls, who came off the bench, he had 2 3-pointers for a total of 6 points here tonight.
And overall, just a great night all around for Marshall County, especially in that second half on the boys' game.
Yeah, Eric, you know, you hate to see it happen. You hate to see the Mustangs play really a good first half, matched up, even up.